It's going down like this, motherfucker.
This shit is crazy. The following
Nigga get mad. Say, motherfucker, what you mean you ain't gonna let me in this funky joint? Much money I done spent in here, nigga. I knew your mama when she was hoeing. Hump, baby. Shit, bet I do it over time. Say that, nigga. Shit. Bar, back the bar, off time. Shit, boy, I'm trying to make me some money. Boy, I'm hungry as a hog need. Slop Jesus. Shit, gotta be a Jesus, cause too many black folks.
For what he has, he says that the only way that we can solve our problem is to unite together among ourselves, among our own kind, clean ourselves up, rid ourselves of the evils that we've become addicted to here in this society, and try and
this ain't loud enough. I'm still trying. This ain't loud enough. I'm still trying.
I just left a light in this bitch. I'm finna hit the shop in this.
Fuck up.
Yeah, well. Gotta get a piece of mind. Yeah, well.
Hey, where are the white women at?
I'm trying to told you just with Herbie, man.
Hey, where are the white women at?
I'm trying to told you just with Herbie, man.
Hey, where are the white women at?
I'm trying to told you just with Herbie, man. Now her mind is
Joe V. He looked down, seen her feet, the nigga went berserk, killed the monkey, threw the bat out the window, start kicking that bitch in the air.
Say anyway, but I will. The way quantum entanglement works is that you can take two particles, quantum entangle them, and then take those two particles and move them at any distance in the cosmos. And let's just say, for example, if you quantum entangle two electrons and you have them spinning in the same direction, and then you take one of those electrons and you shoot that thing out 100,000 light years from the original. If you then rotate the spin on the one electron, if you modify it so that its spin changes, the quantum entangled electron at any distance will simultaneously in no time switch its rotation also, because they're quantum entangled. So these communication systems are taking advantage of this aspect of quantum mechanics that most people can't wrap their heads around, and this is what they're utilizing. It's just the new level of science that affords us the ability to communicate at any distance instantaneously. Can you?
Group of you together, you never can tell who's who. Group of you together, you never can tell who's who.
I've seen a lot of black guys, Nipsey, but you're overdoing it.
You don't understand. It's cool enough just being cool, like I am.
My eye, plus I'm in love with a bitch I can't stand.
I mean, TikTok. A lot of the white content creators on TikTok get all of their dances from the black content creators.
You're a philosopher? Yes. I think very deep. You're a philosopher? You're a philosopher? You're a philosopher? Yes. You're a philosopher? You're a philosopher? I think very deeply.
Hey, dance with me. Hey, dance with me. Oh yeah.
Damn white boys out there. Most of them is psychopaths and all that. They'll kill your mama's mama, and you.
Decent white folk that still don't know they're racist.
the hell you want here, hunky?
Don't know me what it nigga.
Mean to be rude, mean to be rude. I don't mean to be out of line.
What's all that noise? Oh, that's just dad.
The Chinese platform, you already know they don't give a fuck about your black. The Chinese platform, you already know they don't give a fuck about your black ass.
Your
And
lines are still open. Oh shit, you can get it, nigga. You wanna get it?
Get your hands off of me, shit!
I think we OD. I think we OD.
To my word, can't be my equal, don't know what you heard.
Used to snort cocaine, now I fiend for the check, yeah.
That's the difference when you're my. That's the difference. Baby, I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I hit the loot juice. It pulls up in the dude. Baby, I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I hit the loot juice. It pulls up in the dude.
Do that dance, baby, do that dance. Let's work it out.
I guess you go to the history of European civilizations. 250 years is how long they last before they implode because of their greed, because of their violence, because of an inability to let others be, including themselves. If they didn't have brown and black people to hate, they would hate themselves.
Nigga. 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 Nigga.
Lean and walk, lean, walk, lean, walk.
To the east. Greetings. This is Big Pontiac, and welcome to the Chocolate Mountain Show. I am the holder of the infinite sacred ball game that was created by the Hero Twins, and I am that one and only Galactic Daddy-O, welcoming each and every one of you to my galactic patio that reaches from Minnesota to the universe. Well, that is my end to get in. And just drinking water tonight. But you know, I always got a cool cup. This cup is by Larceny? Larceny. This is a cup by Larceny Bourbon. So pop them if you got them. Cheers, everyone. And I am edibled up, but I will smoke on my joint for y'all. Been smoking on this joint for about 2 weeks. Smoking is rough. So it might take me 2 weeks to finish it, but smoke them if you want them. So fire them up. All right. First things, we talked about, well, no, let's welcome Brother PJ Allen in. Brother PJ Allen, what is happening? And I know that you always are about
my bitches. You saying you can't control your bitches? What?
And I know you definitely got
to have vision.
But I also know you won't mind me, and you are the first one, and you have a booth on the Galactic Patio, so I know you don't mind joining me in. Would you like to dance with me? But remember, there's only one rule.
Don't touch my truck.
Leave that F-150 alone, but if you do... Take you higher, baby, Dr. Sinister. What is happening? And I know you are one that always takes care of
my bitches. You saying you can't control your bitches? What?
And I know you definitely got
to have vision.
And I know you won't mind joining me on the Galactic Patio doing the... Would you like to dance with me? We're doing the cosmic... But there's only one rule.
Don't touch my truck.
Leave that lightning F-150 alone. But if you do... Let me take you higher. And Wally says, Mahomes to win the Super Bowl, 4 rings in 6 years, easy money. I don't know. But let me welcome Brother James, Red Wolf, Jim Rimwolf. And I know you've definitely got
to have vision.
And I know that you don't mind joining me.
Would you like to dance with me? We're doing the cosmic...
But there's only one rule.
Don't touch my truck.
Leave that lightning F-150 alone, but if you do... Now I'll say this, Wally. Is that Wolfie? Sorry, Wolfie. I'm sorry, Wolfie. Will they let him get it? Is it just straight up shaming Lamar? Like Lamar can never go past, which could be. They put Jim Kelly in the show and never let him win one. Even though I think that Norwood kick had a little manipulation to make him miss. I don't know. I'm gonna sit here and I'll do my picks in a minute, but I want to kind of rehash this. We talked about this the other day and I couldn't find it, but I had it. Now we know King's son was sacrificed the other day, and this was the better picture. This picture you can't really tell. The straight on picture, same. King is a little dude. He's like 5'5", 5'4", somewhere, like Super Sly. He's a dude like Super Sly. King was like that size. So, this is a much better picture of that than the other one. I couldn't find the other one the other night, but I had this one. So this is a much better picture. This looks more like the son that just died, actually, but a lot like King if he was wearing modern gear, So, yeah. So I wanted to put that out there. But thank you, LL Reborn Amaroon Khan. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. And I know you definitely got
to have vision.
And I know you won't mind joining me on the Galactic Patio getting down.
cosmic.
But then remember, there is only one rule.
Don't touch my truck.
Leave that F-150 Lightning alone. It's powering up this whole joint. But if you do, I will promise to take you. Man, I wanted y'all to see this picture. Now, this is a brother that deserves to be in the National Football Hall of Fame, but he's not. If he didn't pass away recently, he's still pretty sick. But this picture is so sweet from old football. Check this out. This brother, what he's done is he was the first. I think he's the one that kind of created this look, because later this is what they switched to. They switched to, something, they put two little bars here, but this is two single bars on the same helmet. I always thought this was so sweet. Now, did I get the other one? I think I got the other one too. Nah. Oh, this is my hat, y'all. This is my hat I had to return. Now, as I said, I like Godfather hats, but I don't like the big ones. And this is a big one. Habsburg hats. This is a big one. And it was just too big. It was just, like, my other one is not near this big. So I did want to show this. So I sent this motherfucker back. And they don't even have the color. I love the color. Go, white is the color. But that wasn't what I want to show. Let me see if I can find this other football picture. No, I can't. This is not it. So let me get out of that. No, I want to find that other picture. Let me see. Let me get out of it. And yeah. Where was the... Oh, maybe that's the only one I put out there. Yeah, that might have been the only one I put out there, was that one. So I want to give Super Sly some props, because this is what he was talking about yesterday. Check this out. Yesterday he was talking about this, and Mall of America got where you can go up in that motherfucker. And let me see, the volume is where? Right here. Check this out. So that's shout out to Super Slide. That's right in person. They got all the used ones you want. Breitlings, they got them all in here. All the used ones you want. But yeah, you can't get them new ones. But yeah, I'm on the list. I've been on the list, so yeah, it's looking pretty good. But I got one of them too. So, but none of this stuff is real, like I said. But yeah, so shout out to Super Slide. Fuck yeah. Yeah, that was all I had about Otis Taylor. I thought I had another one. I had to look him up. Maybe it was something else I wanted to put on here. Let me see if I can find this shit. No, not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet. Let's see. Oh, I got some shit I can talk about. I always got some shit I can talk about. While I'm fucking with this, I can show you some shit. So went out to the Mall of America. That was, a little film I did earlier. I already knew the answer, but I wanted to show anyway. I should have did an unboxing, but I didn't. I got me another, these are called paperboy hats, or we call them Big Apples. Now the other one is a lot bigger, and this is again, these are made they're made by Brunio. It's on the thing here. Brunio Capella, and this is wool. This is wool. They call this the Meldon collection, but yeah, this is nice. Shit. Oh, and that dark blue, you know, you can. So yeah, you know, I had to get that, and I got a good deal. These hats usually hit about $60, but I buy so many they gave me damn near $10 off. So I was like, I got this hat for like 50 something, 50, 49 or 49, I think. And yeah, and I'm ordering another one that's even nicer than that one. So, it's crazy how they found him in the crowd. Then the son is sacrificed. Exactly. I wonder if my uncle John Amos were anything like that when he played for Kansas City. I bet it, depending on what position, because that's what well, at one point, you know, like the first face mask I showed before, the first face mask was really plastic. You know, like what the hockey players wear now, that's what they used to wear. They used to wear a plastic guard right here. I've showed it on Pinterest many times, the plastic face mask. And then they went to the single bars, but some of the older helmets already had what was end up being called a bird cage. So if you play defense, you wore something completely like over your chin, and you know, cages like in here. They called them the old bird cage helmets. So yeah, he probably could have. You know, he probably did wear something similar. Yeah, when he played with the Chiefs, depending on what position he played. So yeah, he probably wear something similar. So, but yeah, that was a little bitty thing there. It's still it's 33 degrees up here. You know, this door is shut all day because my female cat likes biting wires, so we can't let her come in here. But it get hot, and the thing about opening the windows, I fucking forget, and it'll make the furnace really go crazy. You know, so. Gotta do that. Man, my arms, I gotta start lifting again. But yeah, that pickleball, get that right back. So, I walked, man, it's after 12. I walked 4 miles at the Mall of America. I walked, and I only walked like an hour. Let's see. I didn't walk that long, but I got in 4 miles out there. Fuck that. The other big news today, let's see if it's on this, because I can keep that there. The other big news was, I want to talk about the Hall of Fame, but you know, we had Harbaugh going to, you know, went to the Chargers. Harbaugh finally finished his contract with the Chargers. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Ooh. Where am I at? Okay. Gotta be more. Okay. This is the big news today. Harbaugh has left Michigan. Harbaugh is going to the Chargers. Harbaugh played for the Chargers, and the colors are the same. But before I read this, let me tell y'all though. Look, they was about to suspend him again. They forced him out. They forced him out. Don't make any mistake about this. Not to say he didn't have aspirations to go back into the NFL. You know, he always did. You know, like some point in college, you look at what else can you accomplish. You know, what else can you accomplish? He done beat Ohio State 3 years in a row, won the national title. You know, looking at past history, it's downhill from here unless you can bring them in year after year after year. But what was going to happen is if he would have coached in the fall, they was going to suspend him again, and longer this time. So they were forcing him out. So keep that in mind. They ain't gonna say that, but they were definitely forcing him out. They forced him out. So of course the story broke late morning. So they gave him a 5-year deal. Was hired as head coach of the Chargers, who he did play for. He signed a 5-year deal. Person close to negotiations told Associated Press to the AP because the Chargers did not announce the terms. Harbaugh's more anticipated to go back to the NFL after second interview and resume his chase for a Super Bowl that eluded him as a quarterback and a coach. He'd be the first former Charger player to return to coach the team. He played in 99 and 2000 before retiring in 2001. My love for Michigan a player that coming back to coach these lasting impacts. I'll always be loyal, and he could go back too if he wanted to. When I played for the Chargers, Spanos family could not have been more gracious and more welcoming. Being here feels like home. It's great to see those things haven't changed. He is in his first coach in 26 years to win a national title and not return to the school the following season. Osborne did it in 97 when he split the national title with Michigan. That is right. I was looking for a new coach, general manager. They were fired. His first possible interest in the Chargers job, preparing. So I guess the NFL can tamper with coaches. Harbaugh was 8 of 15 coaches, but they wanted him. I wouldn't have wanted the Atlanta job, not at all. The negative about living in San Diego is I would have had a crib thing put in there. Would I have made them buy the crib? You don't want to buy real estate there. It's too expensive. Harbaugh called Michigan, informed he was leaving. He tried to keep offering him 6 years for $11 million per season. Wow. He turned down $11 million per season. But again, it was going to come with suspensions. So the brother, it looks like Michigan did Sharon Moore. It looked like they replaced him with Sharon Moore. So $11 million. I think this is cap. He would have stayed for this. This is cap. Whoever brought this up is cap. 6115, 611. You see what they're trying to do? That's cap right there. The other big news for athletes is, well, there it went. It was right there. Let's go. Let's see. Yeah, I can look this up too, but it was, let's see, right here. Baseball Hall of Snubs, building roster for the best ML players who haven't made the Hall of Fame. Again, Barry Bonds was not put into the Hall of Fame today. Now he has a really big head, and his head did seem to get bigger after he left San Francisco, but yeah, he didn't make it again today. I don't know if this says how many votes he got this year. Did he get any more? Thurman Munson, Mark McGuire. Again, did they say how many votes he got today? He didn't get in. Second, Lou Whitaker. Yeah, Sweet Lou was nice. Dick Allen. Yeah, the reporters didn't like Dick Allen. Dick Allen had a better career than the guy who went in today. But Bonds didn't go in. The sports writers suck. The sports writers really, really suck. If you didn't bow down and kiss their ass, they wanted to, take revenge on you. Okay, here we go. And I'm going to tell you something more weird when I show this. So this is who went in today. What is his name? Beltry went in today. Was it Andrean Beltry? He went in the Hall of Fame today. Yeah, deservedly so, but Joe Mauers, right? Okay, Beltry went in today. Joe Mauers went in today, and Tom Hilton. All right. They went in today. Beltry. Beltry, I think, got 76% today. I think is what he got. Does it say what he got? But look at this. 3,100 hits. Okay. 477 home runs. That none of this, not to say he doesn't deserve it, but none of this is as good as Bonds. And you can say what you want. You still hitting a baseball. Let me see. But even Meyer, the guy here, okay, this is just about him. Okay, let me find the other cats. Let me see where the other cats that went in. So I'm not saying he's not deserving, but okay, here we go. I want to see some of the voting numbers. So the people and Jim Leyland went in, the old Pittsburgh and Detroit coach. Jim Leyland, he made it in too. Jim Leyland made it in. So maybe this is the voting. That's what I was trying to catch. Complete Hall of Fame voting. Okay, let's see. So the Hall of Fame voting, let's see. Okay, you need 76% to get in. So you see Joe Myers just got in barely. Right? He just barely got in. Helton barely got in. Beltry barely got in. See? Let's see what about the old players. Barry Bonds. Yeah, see, they ain't even on here. Barry Bonds is not even on here. Torrey Hunter, wow. Torrey Hunter wasn't that great. Batista, Victor Martinez, Holiday. But yeah, you see, so Barry Bonds, not even, they're trying to keep him out. I'm gonna tell you a real interesting story about Mauer, though. This is an interesting story about Mauer. Check this out. All the people in the Hall of Fame in Minnesota grew up basically in the same neighborhood. What's the big brother that played basketball? That brother got drafted in all three sports. Winfield, Dave Winfield. Dave Winfield, Mauer, what was the other dude's name? But all four people in the Hall of Fame from Minnesota. Now I know, I know Rod Carew is in, but I think Rod Carew went in as another team. I think he went in as an Angel. I forget. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Rod Carew went in, and is Tony Oliva in? I'm not sure if Tony Oliva is in the Hall of Fame, but all four. Oh, and Jim Morris, that used to be the pitcher for Detroit and Minnesota. All four of them, and the other one was what was his name? Jamonte. But four of these dudes all grew up in the same neighborhood. What is the odds of that? What are the odds of that? So again, the sports writer said, fuck Barry Bonds. You use those pills. He was never convicted of that. Never convicted of that. We're going to keep you out. We're going to keep you out because you use those little nasty pills. Very, 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 I would say unfair, basically. We'll get that back when we need it. So, how much did he for taking it? I think it was six a year. They didn't really release it, but it was looked about 5 or 6 a year for 5 years, something like that. Yeah, they didn't really say. For the Olympic team, I don't know. I mean, we've watched the Olympics really try to bring up the rest of the world. I mean, I've showed before the 1972 games where they had to cheat for the foreigners to win. Where Doug Collins played on, and they still ain't accepted the medals because the game was over and they won. Then somebody out the crowd comes in and says, add 2 more seconds. And why would the coach allow that? If it wasn't fixed, why wouldn't the coach allow that? Why did, it was Iba too, the old Kansas coach Iba, that Coach Chamberlain. Why would he accept that? So that, that's a pumping up of them. Every year they lost, it was a pumping up of them, all fixed. And like Ricky Rubio should have never made the NBA. I mean, never made the NBA. He should have never got that opportunity. He only got the opportunity because they was pushing. Exum is another cat. Exum went overseas and shined after being hurt overseas, and they brought him back. And you look where they brought him back. It used to be Utah, but now it's Dallas. Dallas is the new place, or it used to be San Antonio, which they're trying to build back up, making San Antonio the place to put all them foreigners, invaders. But now it's Dallas. Give all the invaders to Dallas. Turn this fan back on. There we go. It's hot. I don't know. I don't know. It's to me this is what I would even consider too is like let some of them G League cats go too that's still hungry. The competition is so good in the United States that it's all because you got guys that your great grandmama was born in Portugal, so you're gonna go hoop in Portugal. So it's that kind of deal now. And that's what Americans had always said. It was used to be unfair because you had pro teams competing against amateurs. And so anytime the foreigners win, it's fixed for them to win because they want to pump up worldwide basketball. They want to take it away from the American. They don't want the melanated American person to dominate basketball worldwide. Now they may pick one like Michael and LeBron, but what they want is they want the stars to start being not from America. Man, if you haven't already noticed that, they want all the stars to be from somewhere else. So they don't want American children to be proud again of American basketball. They don't want American children to think we're the best anymore. They really want you to think that these foreigners are the best. And so it's generic. It's easy to see how generic it is. It's something artificially they created. So, I don't really care who they put over there. Immigration in Texas. Hey, Lorenzo. Okay, think about this. Do you see the pattern between me and you, Lorenzo? I don't think you've noticed the pattern. Did you notice the pattern about me and you, Lorenzo? I don't think you noticed the pattern. I don't think you did. But there's a pattern between me and you, so pay attention to it. But thank you for coming. I appreciate it. And I know you're a man of.
You got to have vision.
And I know you won't mind me because we from the SIP and you won't mind.
Would you like to dance with me?
But there's only one rule.
Don't touch my truck.
Leave that F-150 alone, and if you do... Anthony G, international money goes longer. The game is global now. Thank you for joining me. And from what you just said, you definitely have...
You got to have vision.
And please join me on the Galactic Patio as we...
Would you like to dance with me?
But there's only one rule.
Don't touch my truck.
And if you do... Okay. Now, Anthony G, this is what I'm going to tell you right now. Look up how much money Alvin Iverson got to play 2-3 games over somewhere. Alvin Iverson, and how old is Alvin Iverson right now? Okay, let's look at this. Oh, and Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard is dominating. So don't tell me it's global. Yes, if our people aren't playing in the NBA or China, because remember, before COVID, all the best players played in China. They took them out of Europe. Our minor league was China. Don't forget that. Before COVID, they had taken away, it wasn't Europe anymore. The top players, they wasn't sending them to Europe. They were sending them to China. If you wasn't in the NBA, again, it was before they changed the rules on how old you had to be to go in the G League. Because the G League, it was only a certain age. Now the G League is any age. But the G League used to be only a certain age. Unless you had started from the very beginning. But it was an age restriction. So, no, it ain't globally. The best basketball players in the world still come from here. And without generic support, again, the Joker was put in the NBA system since he was a little boy. Now, I've told you how desperate they were to replace Americans before. They'd they would be in these cities, these NBA scouts following tall people home. So the Joker, Luka, all these dudes was raised in mind to be in the NBA. It was artificially put there. mean, how often do young boys in America have to play pro at 13? Same with Tony Parker, artificially. Tony Parker should have never made the league either. He shouldn't have made the league. He shouldn't have got the chance. You can't tell me there weren't better players than Tony Parker. What college did he play in? I mean, the same like Ben Simmons. Again, he ain't never been in a big game. And that's one thing college will give you. It'll put you in big games. Ben Simmons had never been in big games. Some of these other foreigners, them games in Europe and other places ain't big as the stage the NBA is. Again, it's fixed, but it's, you know, as you watch from the Magic show, winning time, you see it's the pressures, fixed or not. The pressure is still the pressure. And so given and not generic, there'd be no players here. I mean, literally none. They wouldn't get the chance. I mean, if they weren't forced to put foreign players in America, there would be no foreign players. If really it was a ring where we said just let the best play, how many do you think would really be here? Given just that one shot to prove. Or why don't you think they don't put these foreigners in college? It's a reason. They couldn't play college American basketball. That's why they don't put them in there. Ben Simmons didn't get on the team to try to play well. He was hidden on the rebuilding team where he wasn't going to be challenged at all. They couldn't play in these college games. What happens to most of these foreigners that play college? They don't dominate. When the last time y'all saw a foreign superstar in the March Madness? Why is that? Why ain't foreigners dominating college? If basketball is a world sport, why aren't foreigners dominating American college basketball? They don't look for them. They don't go over there trying to bring them. They got the greatest pool in the world here. And it's a bunch of leagues. Y'all, if y'all don't pay, it's a bunch of little leagues. It's an 18, 19-year-old league now that's getting, a lot of recognition. So it's a bunch of leagues. But see, that's a trap too. Because they can start just trapping us into them leagues. And still, the hoopers here, as I said, with Dwight Howard, Iverson just signed a contract overseas. So we got the best hoopers hands down. I guess, okay. Yeah, Porzingis was playing, but so was Tony Parker. So was Luka. Because they don't have high school ball in them countries. So they start getting paid to play in these clubs. That's like but America, again, America set up that basketball. This right here is what gave the world basketball. This gave the world basketball. They didn't just go over there and do exhibitions. They was the first ones putting clubs together. They was the first up there putting clinics, basketball clinics. Excuse me, I said clubs. Basketball clinics was the Globetrotters. Russia, Europe, basketball wasn't natural to them. Africa, basketball wasn't natural to none of these countries. The Globetrotters would hold clinics. And then in the mid-50s, mid-50s, the NBA, well, I would just say organized pro basketball went to Europe and they started developing them leagues over there. Because in 1960, you see people steadily going over there. I had a relative. He went over there in the early 60s. And people forget, even when that was going on, them cats couldn't have played in the CBA. I mean, look at Ricky Rubio. I was starting on him. He was a dude who never. What did he really accomplish? You tell me that average dude, and that's Rubio's stats was average, was a dude they holding on to. Because it seems like now it used to be a certain number of niggas that can be on the team. It seems like now it's got to be a certain number of foreigners being on certain teams. Because there's no reason for Ricky Rubio to play as long as he did. He didn't even play when he was on the Spanish team. Remember that Olympics? He was on the bench. This dude wasn't no great player. Like the Timberwolves wasted. It was such a waste here. I already said Christian Laettner, I liked the way he played. I had no problems with Christian Laettner. I saw him play a lot. He gave it night after night. He wasn't Larry Bird. The college career, they built him up like he was never going to be Larry Bird unless the system put him to be Larry Bird. But he couldn't give it to you every night. He could give you 10 rebounds and about 8 points. That's really what his game was. And he could, decent defender. But he wasn't Larry Bird. And that's what they've been trying to find is the foreign Larry Bird. Now, Dirk again, the same thing. 25 years ago, put him in these systems and push him along. It is no accident that Dirk got to scrimmage against the Dream Team. That wasn't an accident. That was his introduction telling you, we putting this young boy in. And Charles Barkley at first was real about it. He really was. He told me, he said, you're only trying to bring these people in over here because you're trying to put butts in the seats. He said that around the time Ginobili. And then the next week, my favorite foreign player is Ginobili. I mean, it was like a change. You could tell the controllers was like, So, it is they are, I mean, we are so good at it that again, they're going to lock us in separate leagues, these lower leagues, the TBT leagues. That's the sadness. Why they go develop these players in these other countries. I mean, I've said before, we had a boy named Bobby, and I was baking Bobby. I was probably 36, 37. Bobby was 19, 20, and just killing him. And Bobby was at least 6'3". Couldn't do shit with me. But again, we in the business where our guys got a chance. We talking to people, trying to get these guys to go somewhere. 37 ain't nobody. Even though I'm better than him, I'm not trying to go play somewhere. And I've said before, Bobby had he showed us his video, and his video was like basically 3 plays over and over again. And I'm like looking at this shit, and it was like, they would reverse it. I was just like, they showed you doing 3. But anyway, Bobby played in Africa, which was the shithole of pro basketball around the world. Now, my other friend, he got 2 sons in the NBA, Chris and Keegan Murray. Their son, Kenyon, their dad, Kenyon, that played with me in the Macker, but I knew him since he was a young man. He played in Sweden. He had a chance to play in China. He didn't like it. Says too many motherfuckers. He didn't like the food. He came back. He played in Sweden. That was another lower league. So, like when you read where they play at, look at what division they play at too. And again, Wemby didn't win his shit. Don't forget that. They got blowed out the first game. He was bullied like he just got bullied. But as I said before, I'm going to predict now, Wemby is definitely going to score 100 points in a game. They want to bury Wilt. They want to bury Wilt. They only show like when they put all these records together, they won't put all Wilt. Wilt still got 70-some records like by himself. I mean, when the first championship he won, when they had the best record ever of 69 and what was it, 15? It was the best record ever of any NBA team. In the playoffs, he averaged a triple-double. Probably in blocks, too. I don't even think the blocks was considered, but he had I think 10 blocks per game. And I'm saying, if you want to look this up, it's a book. Look up the book of the 1967 season. And at the end of the book, they got all the stats from the playoffs. And you'll be like, God damn, this nigga averaged a triple-double in the playoffs. So, argument of who's the better player, who changed the game? What did Will tell Michael Jordan? They changed the game because of me. They changed the game for you. No more hand check. What did Magic say about Michael Jordan when they taking them pictures? Don't get too close to Mike. It's going to be a foul called. Remember that? That stung Mike. Hey, Jamar, 3224, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. Even though he was born in Canada, but he's of a Chinese mother, Zach Etney, that is. Okay. Canada's America. If you a Eskimo, you in America. If you in all them islands, you in America. I got no problem with the baseball players being from them islands. Baseball was invented down there. Wasn't invented in Connecticut or somewhere. It was invented by the Oman or Olmec. So, I have no problem. I have no problem with that. Oh yeah, I got some more of these when I was at the mall. I got one more window to put them in. And this is selenite. And selenite, I'm telling you, like you know, if you're getting sleep paralysis, you put this in your windows. Put this in your windows, burn some smudge. If that doesn't work, which that should work, but just putting these in the windows, sealing the room, because that's what you're really doing is you're sealing the room off. And these protect in the windows. And these never hold any negative energies. Like crystals don't really need to be charged or discharged, but they need to be kind of like released and renewed. And that's what selenite, shungite can do the same thing because this will never hold any negative energy. And you know, like these were $2. I bought a big stick and I kept forgetting to get it cut, so I've got a stick about this thing. I lost it. I was like, forget that. We'll put this shit in this window. So that's what these little things. The Mall of America got a store. These are like, I think there was $2. And you know, like I've got this all around me. You know, I've got these pyramids and shit. And if that doesn't work, you know, the smudge doesn't work. Get on eBay, order some of these little apophyllite. They're apophyllite pyramids. Just square yourself or block yourself, however you feel, but put these around your bed. You know, put these around your bed. You put one in a pillow, and you ain't got to worry about that shit. That shit ain't coming through this. So, just a little advice. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay, here we go. Zach Edney and the Boilermakers was #1 seed in last year's tournament and got eliminated in the first round by a 16 seed. Remember, Michigan State went through the same thing. They got beat by a team, and I've described that game before. They got beat by a team, they go into the hole and ain't nobody blocking their shots. And then that team plays somebody the next time, and all of a sudden, they're getting their shots blocked. These same small dudes that was 6'4", 6'5", going to the hoop, dunking, shooting layups. The next team was blocking that shit. So, I mean, yeah. But yeah, they no way should have lost to that team. No way. Okay, I got that. But yeah, Lorenzo, notice, I'm just telling you, Lorenzo, there's a pattern with me and you pay attention. Pay attention. Royal Bell, what's happening? Thank you for joining. So pay attention, Lorenzo. There's a pattern between me and you. So look at this pattern, all the patterns you see, and think, that's strange. That's strange that you got caught into it, but just recognize it. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. I did catch. Damn. Okay. This is number. Did I do this? Oh yeah, I didn't do this one. All right. All right. But we've got the beast is getting hungry. So what does the beast do? The beast kills them and feeds on them. So we have Gary Graham, Alien Nation and Star Trek, dies at 73. He had a cardiac arrest in a hospital in Spokane. It seemed like the hospital's supposed to stop you from having a cardiac arrest. This is good. You know who this? I'm gonna tell you the best movie this dude is in. Yeah, let me see if they show it. If you guys love westerns, he's in one of the best westerns of all time. Where's it at? He starred in 8 is Enough. That's not it. Say Paul Peller. 79 hardcore. Okay. Schrader's hardcore. Okay. Graham worked on Stelling Incredible Hulk, Chips, Dukes of Hazzard, Remington Steele. No, that's not it. On Voyager 95 follows up Texas Ranger. No, this is not his best movie. Come on, give me his best movie. It's called what is it called? Get it. What was it called? Oh shit. His best movie is oh man, they're not showing it. I'm pretty sure this is the dude. Pretty sure. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's not the guy I'm thinking. Maybe not. So that's one. That's one cat that died for the money. The best way to start the NFL 24 season is by having the Ravens Chargers match up. That Jim is there. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happened too. And again, getting those Michigan colors is not by accident. They're showing you that he's going to turn it around because he's not considered a rookie coach, first year coach. And they've let first year head coach, hell, when the Baltimore Colts won it by that field goal in 1970, that was the first year coach. So they'll let first year coaches win the Super Bowl. Damn. Oh, here we go. Another one. Carl Andre. Famous sculpture that took, these look like wood ties and made some bullshit out of them. But hey, he drank from it. The minimum unit in the 60s. He died, okay. So he made some bullshit. Okay, that's number 2. He made bullshit. We ain't even, again, he got to, again, he tasted enough where you see when they took him out. It was another one. It was another one today. So that's 2. Oh, this one. Yeah, I saw this one earlier. I was going to lead off with this one. Again, if you take a taste, they put you in your place. This cat's name was David Beckwith, publicist for Elvis. He had to be incredibly young. He ain't much older than me. Longtime publicist known for representing Elvis's Graceland Museum. Oh, okay, he represents the museum. He died after experienced sepsis following a hip replacement. He was 67. Sepsis, wow. He was in 82 was selected to open Graceland as a public museum. He assisted the management press conference featuring Priscilla because Priscilla took over it from her daughter. And it went from in the red, from turning it into, a profitable situation. And Elvis continued until his death. Initiated a long-standing sponsorship for Moet, and that's Champagne. Champagne is only from France. Wolfgang Puck, Spargo during his career. Worked on Puff's Governor Dinner, Academy Awards. So, he had a taste. He had a taste. And so that's number 3. That the beast is calling. What did our Kelly say? I'm calling for you. Oh, might have another. Let's see. Might have another. I think we have another one. Julian Senior. I didn't say his name the other day. So this is number 4. Longtime Warner Brothers publicity executive in Europe. The beast wanted to eat, so he tasted it. So he worked with Stanley Kubrick. He worked with Clint Eastwood, close relationship filmmakers, Oscar, David Putman, Neil Johnson. He was 85. And he died of pneumonia, and that's the way to die. But again, the beast is still feeding on you. It chose your date. You didn't just die whenever. The beast told you when you're going to die. So that's 4 people right now, y'all. Wow. No, I didn't. Wow. Okay. I didn't know. And we'll okay. This is number 5. How long? Yep. Boney M., creator of Frank Farian, dies at 82. Creator pop group Boney M., Frank Farian, has died. The German music producer, who is credited with much of the band's songwriting including hits Daddy Cool and Rasputin, died peacefully in his apartment. Damn, he lived in an apartment. He went on to have success with the group Milli Vanilli, who released, okay, this is him. Okay, let me tell you his story. Check this out. So this guy, so we count him. He number 5. This guy right here, Frank Farian, the year before Milli Vanilli, they interviewed him on the Grammys. And they said, what is going to be hot? He described Milli Vanilli. Somebody with braids, a lot of rhythm. I mean, he described him. And what did they say? He had another dude that could sing, but he gave it to them. He went on to have success, who released Girl, You Know It's True, and Girl, I'ma Miss You, an American pop band, No Mercy, had success, Where Do You Go When I Die and Peace Don't Go. Statement. Boney was brainchild of Fairhand, put together in 75 with 4 singers. Mitchell originally joined from Jamaica, now living the testimony. So I was just going to show some bullshit at him. So I really don't care about him, but we going to count because the beast fed on him too. So that's 5. And we ain't even counting every day this week. This is just, the last like yesterday now. I think that's it, 5. And it's like, did we do him? No, we did not do him. This makes number 6. No, I'm old, but I don't think Mike Taylor, did I write him? Ex-Universal Music Australian manager. U.S.-born music man who forged outstanding record label in his adopted homeland, Australia. Okay, so he went down there. After enduring a long illness, he passed away. So, we count him too. Where he was A&R's Delta Goodman's mega hit album, Innocent Eyes. Okay, so he had to feed the beast too. Oh, okay. You seeing what I'm telling you? Did you get it? You get it, Lorenzo? Just pay attention. Just pay attention. Yeah, it doesn't matter to me, Doesn't matter. That's all I got to say about it. I was like, oh fuck, why him? Okay, but yeah. There's another story that I went over, and I am going to. I brought this up the other night, and I didn't really. The actor from. Let's see. But the actor from All Nations. The actor from. Oh, okay, James. The actor from, because it hides behind, Alien Nation. Yeah. I showed him. Yeah, I showed the actor from Alien Nation. But this story, I talked about the other night. I didn't realize this was what I broke this down before. But this is, they start showing this shit again. So I'm going to break it down again. Let's see if they're going to show, because let's see if they show everything. I think I can show, I don't want the other channel. I don't think they did it either. They just might. Like, okay, I think I still want, let me see, where's WCCO? I think they won't have what I want. Oh, come on, WCCO. Oh, that's Fox 9. All right, we can get into this too. But I did this story months ago, and it's back on the news, and I talked about it the other night, but I wasn't really, you just be talking and like, I didn't remember it was this case, and they're charging this motherfucker. So remember this case. I brought this case a long time ago. So the dude took off, and there was one hanging on this side. Remember this case I showed y'all a long time ago? It was 2 guys. It was one on this side, and it was one on that side. So, so they are charging this guy right here that shot him. Because remember, months before, brother took off and the shooter popped him. The person on this side, they just charged this dude for murder right here. He just got charged for killing the dude. I'm gonna let them tell it. Damn. So he popped him right before he popped him. He shot him right before. See, did you catch that? Watch real, you got to watch closely. No, I didn't do it far enough back. Okay. Okay, now, if I remember right, the person that killed a guy in the highway not quite a year ago was a state trooper. I think the guy that popped the guy that was trailing him, it wasn't a Minneapolis cop. It wasn't a Minneapolis. This is a straight Minneapolis cop. And yeah, I think. Yeah, I think pretty sure he's a Minneapolis cop. Wow. Wow. Again. Well, what has this case got to do with the other things? This case has nothing, but he wanted to smear her. Now, I don't use the word white supremacy, but that's what all that was for. That was saying this white supremacy right here. And I don't use that very often, but that's what he came in. That is how they do. We got to smear this person, even though this is a European just like us. And he's a hero. We got to spin that quickly. And look at him. He look racist. You know, he ain't no melanated people even live in his neighborhood. No, they're all troopers. They're all troopers. I take that back. They are all troopers, but it was done in Hennepin County. So they are all troopers, but Hennepin County went after them. So I take that back. I was thinking there were many. No, these are troopers. Y'all can't hear that? Oh. I wonder why y'all can't hear that. I could hear it. Okay, well, what they said is basically, I was hearing it fine. Where would be no sound from? No sound for me either. I don't know. No sound for me. Because no sound for me. I could go off too. I'm still hearing everything. Is it over here? Let's see. Yeah, it seems like everything is on. So, I don't know. I'm hearing everything. Sound? Because I'm hearing everything. Do you hear me? Do you hear me or not? Because I can't understand why you wouldn't hear me. Everything else is on. Oh, you can hear me. You just couldn't hear that? Oh, I don't know why you couldn't hear that. See, did I turn it off over there? Yeah, I don't know why this didn't play. I'm hearing it in my headphones. Yeah, I'm hearing it clearly in my headphones. And so they're going after him. They're going after the state person. Please excuse me, but they're going after the state person. So they charged him. I think it said, they're charging for second-degree murder. They're charging him in first-degree assault. And they were basically saying it's because of his training. He's only been there for 18 months. Oh, not the replay. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I don't know why that. Huh. I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it clearly. Yeah. So, yeah, that's the show. And he called the dude the hero. He called the guy. Oh, here, this is what I was looking for. Because I know they show more of the. Now, did y'all hear that? That loud shit? Let's see. Let's see. If y'all don't hear this, I mean, you can hear you can hear him playing it too. But, okay. Might be something's cut off because of, I don't know. But, yeah, yeah, so that's going on up here. That's what's going on up here. So at least the closed caption was on. I don't know. I don't guess I've got to turn off the closed caption to get the sound back going. Yeah, did it turn off? Okay. Yeah, so this is what's going on here, y'all. This is what's going on here. Yeah, and luckily, I didn't have a whole lot tonight. I just really wanted to get my picks in, and I already said I'm going with the Ravens, and I'm gonna go out there on the limb and go with the Lions. I'm gonna say the Ravens and the Lions is who I'm going for on wax. I didn't look at the points, but definitely Ravens and the Lions. And it's full moon tonight. So yeah, and I got a brand new candle, and I don't know what the fuck I did with that damn thing. Ravens versus I got Ravens and Lions. But what I think the script is going to do is I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna pick now. I'll say the history of the Lions. I say in my lifetime they won't even go to a Super Bowl. So I'm that's a more of an emotional pick than who probably will win. It'll probably be a replay, especially with Harbaugh getting traded. We'll probably see the Ravens again, and the Ravens and the Chiefs, the Ravens and San Francisco again. That's what it's looking like. But I'd love to see the Ravens and the Lions. It'd be a little new, not my horn. So I did see the Timberwolves rack when Cat scored 62, but lost to the Hornets. Yeah, something about thought it was. Yeah, it was bullshit. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. So what they was doing is they kept switching from Embiid. They started when towards the end of Embiid's game they started switching over and showing the Timberwolves game. So they switched over and showed the Timberwolves game. And I'm telling you, man, they was beating them at one point by 17, beating them easy. The next 10 possessions they didn't play ball. The next 10 possessions they didn't play ball. And even the announcer was like, why are they keep shooting these crazy shots? It's like they wasn't letting any time go off the clock, and they was just coming down. First person get it was just shooting. I mean, there was a game of 17. They was still playing a sped up game. So that's what didn't make sense about it. That's really what didn't make sense. And so in the way, they let them come back by taking bad shots and not stalling the clock at all. I'm telling you, after at a 17-point lead, and it was like it got down to they hit 3 times down, so it was becoming within 10. They hit a 3 to be down 7, and they would just been down 17, and it was like the Timberwolves didn't even play. Then when they got that point, they played a little bit. Towns got 62, but it was like meaningless baskets. So yeah, they threw that game away. They won tonight though. They beat a bad team tonight. So who the fuck did they beat? Wasn't the Pelicans? Washington. We was in Washington tonight, and they beat Washington. So that's who they beat tonight. Damn, RPG. RPG was found. Well, we're gonna read this or hear it, one or the other. Let's see. I'm interested in this. They made up by beat. Yeah, definitely. Because they lost 2 games in a row. Let's see. Let me see. They got any pictures? Okay, I just want to see the grenade. Fuck how they got it. Look at this shit. They're not saying north or south. Look at that. You could fuck some shit up with that damn thing right there. Wow. This is clickbait. That was some clickbait. The Lions are the only NFC team never to be in the Super Bowl. That's right. The coach reactions. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Because they played poor. I mean, they couldn't even talk about Cat doing the game because they lost. And they lost in a stupid Miller. Let Miller hit. And they lost in a stupid way where they had the game. They never slowed the game down. You are by 17. What are you jacking up quick shots? And I've showed that's fixed before. That's a way to fix. That's that Globetrotter basketball. You're winning, but you're still going up and down. When you're up by 17, every possession, you waste time. You waste time until almost the clock, and then you shoot a shot. Not running up and down with them so they can catch up. And that was poor. That was that was real poor. Then players, NBA Towns, that franchise scoring records the same day Kobe hit the set. Oh, yeah. It was Kobe Day. I called it Kobe Day. Yep. and hit the same night. Cavs hit 25 on the Lakers, and he hit for 66 points. Ooh, wow. Yeah. And I called, we call that Kobe Day. Kobe Day. And I said before, they never give Chris Bosh any shit for being in that game. Chris Bosh was in that game where they only act like Jalen was covering him. Chris Bosh was in that game too, but they always give Jalen shit instead of Chris Bosh. That's bogus. Fucking with Jalen. Man, and talking to one of my homeboys from Michigan, and we was talking about, Jalen and them, and how Jalen and Chris Webber. And, we was just talking about, because he knew Ed Miller too. Ed Miller worked at Chrysler, Ed Martin. Ed Martin worked at Chrysler. All right, so he was making big bread, and he was a numbers dude. Now, I know it's hard to imagine in this day and age before the lottery, but the numbers dude he ain't even had to fuck with dope. The numbers dude made just as much, the numbers families, because it tended to be a lot of the families that just did numbers. They was just as rich as the dope people and the pimps. And Ed Martin was the numbers runner. I mean, like big numbers runner. And if you just, you can catch Jalen, what Jalen say about him. But I mean, them AAU teams, buying sneakers for these cats in these high schools. He paid for Chris Webber to go to Country Day. That was a private high school Chris Webber went to. And his brother. And then Chris talked shit about Ed, trying to get himself out of trouble. Yeah, that was bogus. And then my boy lives in Arkansas. I was sending him a couple pair of shoes. He was saying how dudes down there, like wear the summer cane goes in the winter, wear the straw hats. You don't wear straw hats in the winter. See, you wear wool. You wear wool or fur, you wear wool hats. You don't wear straw hats in the winter. That's, I don't know. And somebody was showing, check this out. I didn't save this picture, but somebody put picture up, and I should have saved it. They had how the Super Bowl gonna look, and they were showing a bunch of brothers wearing mink coats with, fedoras and shit. And that is a Michigan, well, it's a Midwest thing too, Coats and hats is such a Michigan Midwest thing. It's a Midwest thing. That's something, a style that never went away for us. Let me see if I can show this. I talk shit to my boys. Yeah, I bring it back. Let me see. Okay, I didn't bring it over. Yeah, I didn't bring those over. Okay. Guess they ain't got that to talk about. I was seeing if I wanted to show, let's see. I don't know. I don't, like most people, gosh, how do I want to say this? Like people don't, okay, I guess I'll say it like this. It wasn't that long ago that people got most of their clothes custom made. That wasn't that long ago. Shirts made, you can get everything. I mean, there was a time, that in a pretty recent, I was a young man when this process stopped. I say in the 80s, you stopped seeing people do it as much, getting custom stuff. Dudes would just go to the mall and get the suits tailored instead of, getting and a little bit of integration killed some of it, but it was still plenty of tailors around in the late 70s and early 80s. And so a lot of people don't understand like the difference between custom made stuff, and the quality of if you know the people that put them together, and not know them, but if you know the quality that they're putting. And so, I'm about to buy a pair of these Doc Martens that is handmade. These but I've said Red Wing shoes is handmade too. And so I'm gonna get these handmade shoes, and I'm about to get some new orthotics. And when I get the shoes, I'm gonna show you the shoes, and then I'm gonna get the orthotics and use them. But it's just if you could really get a custom made tennis shoe, which the problem with tennis shoes compared to other types of shoes is they, like the baller brands, there's only so many other than the three main companies, there's only so many dyes out there of where you can get the block of the shoe. You understand what I'm saying? There's only so many of them. So that's why you see like wear testers. He put one out there and you see his shoe and it's like, okay, you've seen a bunch of people that use that bottom. And sometimes you can even 3D print the bottoms too. But again, you're using what's available is a copy of something that ain't Nike's, it's something else. Or attempt to be like that. So when you can get custom made stuff, like a suit, if you get, the suit, suits, you get your suit sewed up, and Men Warehouse makes suits too. You can get somebody else to make the shirts, but I know a dude that makes shirts and make everything. And I really messed up in my wedding. I was so lazy about the clothes. I could have got, I end up not costing me. The tuxes end up not costing me nothing, but I still could have, did better. I still could did better. So that's all. That's all. I wasn't gonna stay on real long tonight. I think I talked about everything I want to. Who you got? Chiefs, Ravens. I got Ravens. I'm really I like Lamar, and I know Lamar plays the role, but I still like Lamar. I do. Who did I made some money? Oh, I must have made some money. But yeah, I like. Yeah, this is what I want to see here. Sent me something. I made some money. Now gold went from, I think the other day I was on here, it was 230. I think in gold today, right now, gold is trading at 2016. Looking at this wave. Okay, we're at 230 here. So January 17th, we went down to 2006. And so right now we're at 2016. And that the 2000 is 2006 bucks. So gold, anytime gold's over $2,000, all your jewelry is worth more. So it is a good investment. But yeah, I'm going with the I'm definitely going with the Ravens. Just emotional pick. I don't know. I think Lamar's played all the roles and Lamar's been there. I think if it's Ravens Lions, if the Lions do go through, I don't think they'll let them win first time out. I just don't. But I mean, again, we can be fooled. Yeah. So we'll see. Oh, okay. Yeah, good. Shit, yeah. Yeah, made some money today. And anytime you make money is a good thing. Copper, huh? I don't bet in copper. Well, what was the dollar to the euro? Let me see. Canadian, it'll show the euro too. Right here. Okay, so still, if you go to Europe, your money's worth less. Your money is worth 92 cents to a euro. They've devalued your money instead of giving it to you even, trying to help trade in Europe. You have less spending power in Europe. The dollar has less spending power. Yeah, the British pound. Check this out. If you get pounds, your dollar is only worth 79 cents. Or 79 cents. It's even worse. So why would you want a pound? Yeah, you don't want to go to Britain right now and try to buy shit. Now, Canada, you can make it up in Canada because your dollar's worth $1.35, and a lot of goods you can get in Canada, you can get in Britain, you can get in Canada. So yeah, you don't want to go to Britain right now. Yeah. Oh, lucky guy. I'll take it. I will take it, y'all. I will take it. Chiefs will repeat. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, they're going to give them only a couple been repeat. Miami got to repeat. Patriots did it, once? Very rare. I don't know. I just think the shaming he went through this year does not indicate repeating. I mean, the way they've been just barely, barely. I don't know. It's like the product isn't very good. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't think they're going to let them repeat. I don't think they're going to let them repeat. The Chief is going to get ravened. He's going to get his eye pecked out. Oh, okay. Another thing I talked about this the other day, and I'm still following this Bally Sports. Bally Sports getting bought out by Amazon. That is interesting because I hope that kicks in. I hope that really kicks in. Because right now Bally is, it's very bogus with Bally right now. Because they're a company in bankruptcy, so I don't know. Everybody's picking the Ravens. Vegas gonna clean up. Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Vegas is always going to clean up, so it doesn't matter. Oh, do we get this one? I think this one we can count too. Yeah, this is 14 hours ago. This is another week we can count. Oh yeah, you guys. This guy was on the road, long time. Yeah, you like when this cat was on TV on Sundays before football. They would put this cat on, and so a lot of people wouldn't even know him. But Charlie Osgood, yeah, he was on the road on Sunday mornings. Longtime host of Cindy's Sunday morning program, the Osgood File, died today at his home in New Jersey. He was 91. Said the cause of death was dementia. So, yeah, Charlie Osgood. It's been a while. He worked for NBC or CBS for 45 years. He was on Sundays. See, he anchored Sunday morning from 94 to 2016, succeeding his host, Charles Carrot. Carrot had been in Vietnam, if y'all didn't know that. He won a Peabody Award, a pair of daytime Emmys for the shows, and received, this is how you want to die, but he still got a taste. And right now, the Beast wanted him, so the Beast got him. So this is number 6. So, it's no accident. When a famous person dies, they don't get to choose. Okay, this ain't the dude I was thinking. What is the movie I want to hip y'all to? Damn, where's my phone at? Let me think. Let me find Netflix. Silverado. I was thinking he was that brother on Silverado, but that's not him. The guy that was on Star Trek. But Silverado is a great. Danny Glover got that Henry. He's got that Henry. Yeah, this ain't that guy. This ain't him. Silverado is a good movie. It's on Netflix right now. If you guys like old-fashioned Western movies. Yeah. I think that was all I had to talk about today. I didn't have much. Damn, I kind of like these. These ain't bad. I kind of like these. What do you guys think about these? I kind of like these. Oh, well, okay. Let me catch that again. Amazon bought Bally. That means if you got Prime, you're good. No, they didn't really buy them. What they did is, and it wasn't Bally. It was what was the holding company? It was another company. But what they did, they paid $100, and I thought it was low. It was like to get the rights to 5 baseball teams, and the Twins, and the Wild, Twins, Wild. Yeah, it was like they only paid $140 million for it. So I don't. It was whoever bought Bally's. Yeah, that's who did it. But man, what do you guys think of these? I like the way these look. I was also partial. I like 12s. I mean, they don't make them like they used to, but look wise, I like these. And you can get these. What options? Oh, they got these? They got these in 13s. Huh. Where's this? Affordable PK picks. Okay. I like these. The presentation is nice. Wonder what year these came out. These are pretty clean though. Oh, and they got these? Oh, I wonder if these are, make me wonder about this place. This is another favorite when they came out. I forget. I had both these. This is a little different because they put the way the leather is shown here. But I love this one. This was my all-time favorite. I forgot I had 2 pair of these. No, I had the 13 and the 14. Yeah, this is my all-time favorite. Not in this colorway, but I've said this before. I wonder if this is a fake place. Oh, these two? No. Because these, at this price, these ain't this price anywhere. These are not this price anywhere. So I wonder if these are fake. I'd be and saying it's got all these sizes. I'd be leery of this place if you're getting a real shoe. Don't know. Can't say. This might be old. Might be an old ad. I did have this one too. My cable company don't even up with Bally. YouTube TV. YouTube TV dropped them. They dropped them 2 years ago though, and so now if you got Amazon. See, it got held up. Amazon was going to do it, and I know they held it up, and maybe they pushed it back through. I hope so. I can get to catch the rest of these games. But yeah, it was Amazon offered it, but the Trade Commission had stopped it at one point. So I didn't mean to get y'all on this. It's probably some bogus shoes. Probably bogus. These aren't though. I like these. These are, ooh, they're nice and expensive. Why is this? Okay, I guess this is. Yeah, only they make them so little. I don't know. This is so little, y'all. I'm sorry, but this is big as they make it. Okay, I like these. These are called Super Dunk Low Varsity Red. I wonder if that's satin there. And this is Modson's. Okay, got the con in the back. It looked like. So 1,400 for them. For these with the elephant print, 35. Those are ugly. I wouldn't. 700 for these. Yeah, those are ugly. 3,100 for these. Yeah, I wouldn't need that. Wouldn't need that. Those again. Now look, you can get them cheaper here. Supremes. Okay. Oh, okay. The night pre-owned Dunks lows. Okay. 200. Yeah. I don't see anything. I couldn't wear none of this shit. I don't like this old shit. Not really. Not really. That ain't really me. I like the new shit. I like the new shit better. But yeah, my cable company doesn't fuck with Bally's either. But now I do have Prime. We was finding out we was paying some shit. It was the same, two different companies, and we was paying that shit. Like we was paying for Peacock. We was paying for that shit like on two different accounts. So for like a year, we like had to look that shit up and like, yeah, we can't. We got to change from this. But like, I was talking about shoes, like even the new shoes. You can look at Luka's shoes. You can look at the new Jordans. You can look at the LeBrons, and you see that they all coming from one block, basically. They all got, like, look at all the Adidas now. They all got that big rubber piece coming down, all of them. So it's basically, it's the same mold. Oh, now, is this a guy? Did we count him? Oh. Wow, I didn't know this guy. Maybe you guys know this guy. But he was Iron Train, passes away at 56. Bill Apter gives his condolence. Sarah, we know, journalist, recently addressed the Raston Commission to go over the passing of Harold Fitzgerald Hogue, better known by his ring name, Ice Train. He was the WWE, Ice Train, Mourning the Legend. Okay. So I think we count him too, and he was only 56. He was only 56, y'all. So when the beast wants him, he gets him. What I say, whatever Lola wants, Lola gets. Oh, and man, next week, y'all, we about to set warmth records. It's almost going to be 60 here next week. I mean, I'm telling you, right now, it's still 33 degrees. And the only reason it's hot up here is, again, I shut this door all day. And I got the vent shut and everything. But again, when it gets so cold, you don't want the vent shut. So, no, I take that back. This vent stays open when it's super cold outside. But I shut it. But like when this gets warm, this heat, we might even have to turn the heat off. or adjust it so it's not coming on as often. Because if it's only 50 outside, how often do you want it to come on? You understand? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I got it. Woodstock singer Melanie died today. Oh, okay. Um, uh, um, hmm. What is it? Oh yeah. Now when? Oh, 5 hours ago. So this chick. Okay, thank you. Thank you, James. How you been? Thank you for coming in. So Melanie Brand, singer who turned 69 performance to a hit song to a five. So check this out. Who turned a 1969 performance at Woodstock into a hit song and a 5-decade career. She was announced on her Facebook. She has 3 children. She was 76. This is the hardest part for us to write. So many things. My heart were broken. Early this month, she was working on. So she was working on a song. They don't say how she died. It doesn't say how she was died. Yeah, they don't say how she died. What's the doctor? Yeah. Yeah, see, no cause of death. See? Yeah. See? What was her autobiography? I just left my bio started right before. Lay down, candles in the rain. Brand new key. Yeah, I don't know none of this. Okay. So that's 7 people. 7 people. And again, we didn't do yesterday because I don't do Tuesdays. We didn't do yesterday. So, okay, I'm glad to hear that. So, yeah, this chick, and you can look up her work. I don't know nothing about her. I don't know her song, out of hand. Mississippi mom of 3 shoots knife wielding home intruder. Fuck yeah, you should. But it's funny, people like, well, if you're not trained to have firearms, you shouldn't have them around. You got to really regulate them. Damn, a snowboarder 67 found dead in a Colorado avalanche. It's up there fucking with, again, you know how to stay out of the way of an avalanche? Don't go where there are avalanches. Oh, don't go where they have avalanches. I mean, that's the easiest way to survive avalanches. Don't go around them. I think that's a easy given. If you don't go around them, you won't be involved. I think this is what she wants. Court legacy. Yeah, she can wear them. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's about all the little stories and stuff. Oh, I forgot. It's Minnesota, so the weather is always a consideration. Where's that shit at? Here we go. Yeah, come on. Back out. Yeah, look at this shit, y'all. I'll be showing y'all that minus shit. Look at this shit. It's going to be 40 today. Today, it's going to be 40. All right? Full moon. So I'm definitely doing a little thing tomorrow. We're going to pass some energies around tomorrow. Full moon tomorrow night. Or full moon Thursday. Sorry. Thursday. Yeah, tomorrow. Thursday. Today. Thursday today. We're going to do full moon. And I'm sorry I didn't look where it peaked, but yeah, we'll get into those energies tomorrow. So 37 today, 40, 40, 39. Look at this. 49, 45, 43. So this might set a record. These 3 days right here, I'm sorry, not near 60, but these 3 days right here are going to set a record for January. I might even get the pickleball. I might go get me a pickleball thing tomorrow and play some pickleball. Hey, Joey, how you doing? Thank you for coming. Penenza. So yeah, it's not so bad up here. Really not so bad. They say global warming. Well, it's been winters where we didn't get no snow before. I'm saying, what this reminds me of a lot is 2011, where we didn't get any snow. I mean, we literally did not get snow that year. The year my daughter was born in 2011, that was 11, probably the winter of 12. Yeah, because my daughter's going into 6 months at the time. And I told the story. Let me tell you. So I was taking my son out to dinner. And we got my daughter. My daughter's in, she's in the car seat. And you know how not old, but all the car seats, you carry them in and out. So she's in the car seat. I done put my gaiters on because there was no snow. I done dressed up and shit. And I had kind of a gully by my house. Fuck if I didn't step in that gully. I threw my daughter up in the air when I fell. I was like, oh, shit. And broke my foot. And my daughter landed perfectly. And I think we still went out to eat. No, I think I had to go to the hospital and get some crutches. But, those carriers did what, they're supposed to do. They protected the baby. That's what they're supposed to do. Oh, so yeah. Oh, yeah. So, that's, yeah, like right here, it says the weekend snow is going to miss us. Check this shit out. It is going to totally miss us. So that is a good thing. So it looks like it's going to hit the rest of the country. So wherever you are, Midwest, not so bad. You're going to get rain, snow in Michigan. Looks like Ohio, Indiana, Ohio. This is Ohio here. So we got Illinois, Indiana, Ohio. So looks like it's going to be rain, snow, ice, and just snow in Michigan. So heads up. PJ, looks like you might get affected by this. Mild the rest of the country, like a little bit in Seattle. If you got that in your area. Yep. Oh, he was a Nobel winner for a Big Bang Theory. Okay. Mario Penzis. So he died. Amo Penzis died too. Okay. Wow. So that's like 7 people. 7 people. Damn. So see? It's not that cold in your area. Yeah, it's 33, which is nothing here. Like today, I wore my, it's funny. I went to the Mall of America, and I guess I do got tech clothes because I do got the Timberwolves full warm-up suit from last season. That's all tech material. So I guess I do have a little bit of tech. So I wore that out to the Mall of America. One dude said, I went into one Liz. He's like, man, I thought you was one of the coaches. And you just out here shopping and shit. And, I'm sweating. I'm taking off my hat because I'm sweating in that motherfucker. Because, the Mall of America has no heating system or cooling system. It's the same temperature all the time. I miss trees in that motherfucker and everything. So it's the same temperature basically all the time. People is what warms it up, actually, if you look at what warms the place up. But like you never, like if it's super cold outside, you still don't need a coat in there. I was laughing. I was seeing people wearing their triple fat gooses and shit. And I know if you did what I did, and it was just like my head was sweating, my body, my suit never got, But, I got, good, but it was, mild. It was mild. I didn't go to the outlet because it was too wet. I wore my Jordan or my LeBron, my suede LeBron 20s, and it was wet. So, to go into the mall is ain't that much wet, but to go in the outlet is all wet. And so, I decided not to go out to the outlet, but I'm gonna go out there another day or two because I still got some money left on a gift card. And I was out there, and I just like where my brother-in-law got my nephew a black pair, and so I was just really pleased. I sprayed them because this is lamb. This is lamb, surely like lamb, and lamb in here. And yeah, they had these. So they had the thicker ones if you like that. But this is what she wanted. This is what she wanted. She got all A's, and so I feel so good about that for her. And my son fixed her fucking watch. Cause like even these versions, this is an 8. This motherfucker was 2 something. And she got like, well, the band is a little different, but it was like she was gonna be ass out because I wasn't in a hurry to buy another watch, not for her. I wasn't in a hurry, so so she was ass out. My son fixed it, so if I didn't mention that. So yeah, she, I sent him a picture, and she was like, I was like, man, what size, hun? I'm like, and she's like, because I knew when I texted her, I knew she's about getting out of school right around the time. Then she came back, was like, yes, and then I showed her a picture of them, and she's like, what? And then she's like, are these for me? And my son's nickname is Keezus. That's one of the names. Well, that's the name he gave himself, and we teased him about it. She's like, are these for me or Keezus? And I was like, for you. Yeah, thanks, Lorenzo. Yeah, she got all A's. So yeah, she was worried about a history test, and her mother said she studied for 3 hours because science and math come pretty easy for her. History's more my thing. It's like I couldn't I can tell you names and dates and places, but like what bone is connected to what muscle, what ligament, I couldn't comprehend that. Not I couldn't memorize it. The same skills I have for names, places, dates, I couldn't use that. To give you an example, a perfect example, like this, I read this book the other day. Oh, I got some shit on my shirt. Okay, that's water. And it's like I picked up some new stuff, and like I could tell you what I picked up right now. And I know for many of you it won't mean anything, but basically what this book broke down is different ohmic periods, and the different ohmic periods. There's a period where the ohmic have main places, but then they go out with colonies, and some they mixed in with the colonies, some was just colonies by themselves, and then they went to a place called Mount Abo, and Mount Abo is where it seems like the long count of counting the dash and dot, and where the gods were invented. So like he put this together in a archaeologist's chronological order, which I have studied many times. I can remember all that. That kind of shit I can remember because I've got a book about the Incas and up in the Andes Mountains and those old civilizations, which again, I think is still, well, it was a separate, okay, it was a separate developing people. But some of the things still seem like there's a central idea right there that they were exposed to too. Because when you study the Omen or Olmec, these were boat-faring people. So all up and down all the coast on both sides. Because you could say like the totems. Like the totems, some of the totems is big like some of the heads. So you could say like that. Math was my thing in algebra, but geometry brought my love for math back. Gematria, okay. Gematria brought well, thank you, PJ Allen. Yeah, Gematria brought all of your okay, yeah, indeed. Yeah. And that's the beauty about breaking stuff down. You can look at, you know that. Like I took, I said I took gematria further in Gematsi. Like really, this is almost practice of Gematsi. The pendulums is almost a practice of Gematsi because you can use it like Gematsi. You can have the pendulum associate numbers, and numbers can be associated with certain words or things. And so the pendulum could also be used with Gematsi. And, I've talked many times about, how to write, the setup, the sisters, as a futures reading. It's a way, and I've said this, it's one of the few ways where even better than cards, cards can kind of give you a flow of how the energy is moving around you. But the sisters that I always talk about in the sisters board, it's a chance for you to actually put your ideas into, or your thoughts into, real living interaction things, almost real worlds. And then you limit that down to different kind of panels of how it's judged, how the energy comes through. And hardly, but that's Jamancy. It's the same way, writing in the sand. That's a pure Jamancy than what I just described, because they're saying you'll get the earth will give you a better answer than anything if you do the Jamancy with the earth. So if you write the thing with the sisters in the earth, and then another thing is with beans, a two-sided type of necklace with beans, and the polished and the unpolished is a way of moving the Jamancy through too. But the sisters are so simplistic in the way is you just getting ones and twos and dots and dashes. That's how you moving. And so it's a way to really channel. But I had the windows open if it gets that warm, so I can start wearing things other than it being so hot. And it's still, I'm telling you, I got a fan on me right here. I got a fan on me. Man, my arms look horrible. It's getting old, man. Got to start lifting a little bit, but my shoulder's better. This arm is better. My right arm is definitely better. And my shoulder's stronger. I can lift shit a little bit of shit. So yeah. And, walking is the way to get it back together. I'm going to start, get back on this too. And these next couple of days, I might get a pickleball net. Yeah, and I'm going about 2 hours. I think that's all I had tonight. I think that's all I really had. So, yeah, that's all I had. So guys, enjoy it. See what is going. Tomorrow night, tomorrow, yeah. So, my picks are again, I'm going with the Lions and I'm going with the Ravens. So I'm going against the Reds. I don't want the Reds to win, and it might end up being 2 Reds. So, but that's the emotional pick. I'm gonna go with the Lions, And I said before, what do you think about Doc getting the job? Yeah. I mean, a lot of the talking heads was definitely looking at what LeBron did to Platt. LeBron had what is the word? Campaigned all summer to get the dude that Iverson stepped over, to get him to be one of the assistants. And then they didn't like Platt, so they got Platt out of there, and that the coach for the Clippers now, he got in there. So it's almost like that kind of deal. And I read somewhere where they saying that Dillard already says, like, we know we ain't winning with Doc. And it almost like if you listen to what the player's complaint was, is that he wanted every player to be tight on everybody. So nobody's helping back, nobody's helping weak side. He wanted pressure on everybody up front and everybody tight to their man. Well, if you get broken down, there's no help side if you're tight to their man, and they spread out a little bit. They went from 6 in defense. The script had them 22nd or lower. And, Giannis run that team. I mean, Giannis keeping his brother, made him re-sign. They re-signed his brother, that bum. His brother's a bum. His brother wouldn't even play in the G League. He wouldn't dominate in the G League. He would be exposed. That's why you don't see them bringing him up and down. Well, if they was really trying to develop him, they would be bringing him up and down. They don't do that. Ain't no developing that cat. That cat is what he is. He's a bum. He can't hoop. His brother feels more comfortable with his brother there. That's simple as it is. He wants Giannis wants his brother there, so they got to pay to both of them. Oh, and then what's his name for the Cavaliers? He got hit with a 25-game suspension for using. A lot of times, steroids ain't a lot of times about actually making you better. A lot of times it can help injuries, and that's what a lot of dudes. It helps some injuries heal faster. So that's what he probably got caught on. Thompson. He got caught 25-day suspension for steroids. But sometimes steroids, heals injuries. Like if you get into Ben Johnson, what Ben Johnson was doing, he kept, throwing his hamstring. So he was using steroids, for his hamstring. But, they got him busted. And still, I don't think anybody's ran his time. That time Ben Johnson, what was it, 8.99, some shit like that? Wasn't it like 8.97, some shit? And ain't nobody else ever did it? Yeah, Tristan Thompson. Yep. Lions, Ravens, Super Bowl, book it. Okay. Yeah, okay. I feel you. And, I got to remember to bet. I mean, shit, all this other money's been coming in, so shit, this should have probably come in too. I turned around, I was like, man, motherfucking give me bread. That's why I bought my daughter's shoe. I ain't really see nothing I wanted. I'm gonna tell you what I loved. I love those Patriots jerseys. They got the Mac Jones jerseys, and they still they're $50, and I think they'll be down lower than that. But them Mac Jones jerseys of the Patriots, when they got the blue ones and the stripes on the shoulders, those was one of my favorite jerseys. So I might end up. I want them to get lower because I don't know if I'd ever get a hat. Oh, some niggas from Arkansas escaped. A little bit of debauchery here. So if you see them, you see these two guys, let them know. Manhunted away 2 escaped Arkansas inmates, including a man suspected of murder. Dun dun dun. City about 40 miles office. Bryant was being held on probable cause for capital murder, and Rush was being held on probable cause for residential burglary and theft. He probably broke into them house. So both of them are suspects in a homicide. Both of them are considered armed and dangerous. Tuesday said the parents are believed to have escaped in the last 48 hours. Bryant is 5'11" and black and weighs 145. Rush, white, approximately 180 with a scar on the side of his head. Okay, so if you know what the niggas are, call on these niggas. Stay away from them, Arkansas. Stay away from them. Yeah, this ugly chick won Miss America pageant. Man, you are ugly chick. Okay. Yeah, so I think that's all I had. What? Okay, what is this? Is this today? No prison time for California woman who stabbed man 100 times in a cannabis-induced fit. Did y'all hear about this bullshit here? So a California judge sentenced a woman. Okay, well, let me see. A California judge sentenced a woman convicted of stabbing a man more than 100 times in a cannabis-induced psychotic fit, just 2 years probation and no jail time. A jury in Southern California found her guilty of involuntary manslaughter. The sentence drew sobs of release from her parents. So the decision was based on the lack of culp asserting the senseless killing on the early morning. It was propelled by psychotic episodes that experts for prosecution and defense attributed to the bong hits of marijuana that she smoked with a dude. So she smoked with a dude and went crazy and was able to stab him. Look at that face. She got away with it. She got away with it. That face right there, she got away with it. Look at that face. You know she did it. Judge says decision was based on lack of, from the point of view, the probation and suspended could be imposed. Dispenser who turns 30 on Thursday violates your probation. Also includes community service, focused, and knife sharpening. Awareness that it can, like what kind of weed was it? Look, hey, he says, moments after the verdict, victim's father, Sean, said he just gave everyone in the state of California who smokes marijuana a license to kill someone. All you got to do is say, I got super high. Wow. So, yeah. That is messed up. If you live in Ohio, I'm not far from you. Kentucky, close to Lexington. Okay. I've been in Lexington. University of Transylvania. We performed there when I was in 5th grade, and we performed in the Rump Arena. Man jailed after wrong boy shot in revenge attack. God damn. Yeah. Wow. World's what it's up to. I told you nowhere all that close. Oh yeah, definitely come up here and kick it. I'll come down there too. Shit, I want to go to the Football Hall of Fame again. I've been to I've told this story many times. I've been to the Football Hall of Fame 5 times. But the last time I went, I think from 1972 to 1975 or 6, I went 5 times. I've been to the Pro Football Player, but the last time I went, I was in maybe 6th or 7th grade. But the time, I think I was from 4th grade till 6th or 7th grade. I went 5 times. 5 times. My sister's getting married in Ohio this summer. Bet. Congratulations. Oh, you in Evansville? Okay, yeah, I know where that is. Yeah, I know where Evansville is. Oh, yeah, I know where Evansville is. Yeah. Cause I'm going, I'm going back to Michigan sometime this summer. So go down there and make me something to eat. I didn't really eat today. My wife was gone all day and she wanted me to go to that movie where they row in boats and shit, Like, I don't care about that. She had already saw it. She said it was better the second time around. I'm like, damn if it was. I was like, yeah, I didn't want to see that shit. So she didn't get in until she left 10 something, 9, 10 something. She didn't get in until about 9:30 something to 10. Yeah, because I went to the mall. I was out to the mall from like 1 to about 3 something. Yeah, I didn't get home to about 4. I was out there good while. I was out there a good while. Didn't eat out there. I wasn't hungry. Oh, you never been? Yeah. Oh man, I'm telling you. Now I know that we can go throw axes. I got a place we can go throw axes. And like it's the movie theater where you can rent the theater. You can rent the big screen room and we can drink beer. Well, now you can drink beer anywhere. Theaters got beer, liquor. The one by the house, it's a theater it's a theater we literally could walk to. To walk to it, it takes us about 15 minutes to walk to it. And if it's cold, it ain't worth it. But if say we got too drunk, we can just walk back. I'd be like, hey, niggas, I'm too drunk to drive the car. I'll leave it here. We'll walk back. We all take our coats. We'd be fine. Uber, we could just Uber. Like I'm drunk Uber, and the Uber wouldn't be very much. This is a movie. We just don't go there because the other theater is the screen's a little better, the sound's better, the seats are better. But the other day, one we went to the other day wasn't bad near us. The seats aren't as cool. They just rock back and forth. So yeah. But I'm. Oh man, yeah, I feel good. I really, getting up my endurance. Yeah, and every day I'm just gonna try to be active. Get this mug back here behind me. I don't feel bad for not going to see The Color Purple with my wife and her family. I told her if you want to play for me to go to sleep, cool. I don't want to see that. Nah. My mother went to see it. She said she hated it. My mother said she hated it. She said it was bashing brothers again. Yeah, my mother said she hated it. I ain't seeing that shit. I don't even know if I want to see Bob Marley. Really? Like I don't even know if I want to see Bob Marley. I don't really think I do. Not really. I'm seeing the music and stuff, but his story is like it's not that exciting. I didn't really feel moved by reggae, like that. I really didn't. So I don't know. It's a couple people. But overall, it was like it was like a small phase of music. Yeah, and like guys that loved him back then, it's like Like him and John Lennon died around the same time, I want to say, and it's like I didn't feel either way about any one of them. I think maybe John Lennon a little more because I knew about him longer, you know, and I could associate with his music, you know, a little more than I could Bob, whatever his name is. Bob Marley, yeah. So I really, you know, his music is like, I don't know, for me. You want to see Bob? Okay, yeah. I mean, I can dig it if you like that kind. You know, I like my only one I really like. I could say was, and not really by him, but it was by um 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 yeah, he wrote it, but the dude that made it famous was the dude from the Animals, that sang the Pennies from Heaven song. You know, he made it famous. You know, he made I Shot the Sheriff, but that was a Bob Marley song. You know, that cat, he had a bigger hit with it than Bob Marley did. And then there's a policeman out the premises, y'all. Was it Run Joe? Bob Marley wrote one Run Joe too, and Chuck Brown tore that one up. I don't know if you ever heard any version of Chuck Brown Run Joe, but Chuck Brown, you know, to me, he tore that up more than Bob Marley did. So, you know, I'm really old man and on the name of the dude that played that I Shot the Sheriff, but he made it, you know, and he sung the Pennies from Heaven. Remember, his son jumped out of a window. His maid was cleaning the room, and they had the door blocked off and that room blocked off, and the little boy was some rambunctious. He just pushed the door open because somebody hadn't sealed it, and he just ran straight out. They was repairing the window, and you know, the lady was chasing him. And you know, it's probably a sacrifice because his child dies, then he wins a Grammy. That guy. Oh, you mess with Bob. Okay. So yeah, that's coming up now to the 14th. Argyle comes up next week. I might go see that. Might go see Argyle. But there's nothing really. Let me see. There's nothing, yeah, until Bob Marley, and I might see that. Because movies will be coming on tonight. What's new movies? Let's see. I want to do all this shit. Put the goddamn movies in. Oh, you got to put new theater, new. Oh, okay. Maybe this will give it to me. God damn. Oh, okay. So yeah, Amy Winehouse. That movie seems like it might be okay. Or is that an old movie? Is this coming out on Netflix or at the movies? The Omen, is that a new one? Imagery, The Challenges. Beetlejuice 2 is coming out. What is this? Madam Web. Madam Web looks like it's going to be good. Then Dune 2 looks good. I don't know about the new Ghostbusters. That seems kind of whack. Lord of Bad. Mean Girls is out already. Mean Girls is out. American Society. Oh, of Colored People. Is that what that is? So it's a couple movies coming out. But yeah, when is Amy Winehouse coming out? I don't want to open no goddamn PDF. Oh, okay. Post-production. So it's not too much I haven't seen, you know. Not too many movies that I have not watched. Let's see. Mean Girls is out. Miller's Girls, I don't know what that is. ISS is out. The ISS, that's when I saw that. The Book of Clarence. You know, it's funny. The Book of Clarence, you know how far I'd have to go to drive? To go see the Book of Clarence, I would have to drive over an hour. Because it's up where I used to live, up in Champlin. Yeah, they didn't give it a wide release. Book of Clarence did not. And you know, I wasn't, Night Swim. The Kitchen. I saw The Kitchen. That shit's boring. The Kitchen is on Netflix. That shit is slow as fuck. So I don't know about The Kitchen, y'all. It is super slow. So at the movies, a lot of these is just on TV, Netflix. It looks like. Yeah. So Mean Girls. My daughter, they went to see that. They said they didn't like it. The Mummy Murders, Bitcoined. The Marsh King's Daughter. Oh, these movies got to be newer than this. Okay, let's see. Because it's way later than this. Yeah, here we go. All right, here we go. Cult Killer. The Kitchen. There's another. Okay, The Kitchen must be another movie. Okay. And The Kitchen came out when? Okay, January 19th. ISS, The End We Started, Which Brings You, Bring Him to Me, Origin, Sunrise, The Kitchen. Okay, it's a movie on Netflix called The Kitchen. So this Kitchen looks like it might be pretty good. Cult Killer, Not Another Church Movie, Founders Day, Wanted Man, The Woman in the Wall, Double Down, South Driving Marlene, Passages in the Everless, in the Shadow of Everless, Inside the Yellow Cocoon. So Sunday, Cowboy Bebop, the movie. That's old. That must be released on, let's see, this week. What's released today? Fighter and Grit. Okay, so Netflix is that Griselda. What's his name? Sofia Varga, and she doesn't look like Sofia Varga, but she's playing Griselda. Fighter. I don't know if this is on Netflix. Coming out Fridays. Miller's Girls, Underdogs. Yeah, now Underdogs. I think it's Snoop's movie. Yeah, Snoop's movie is coming out Friday. Oh, it's not coming out tomorrow. Oh, most movies. Hundreds of Beavers, Code Copy, Maya, Masters of the Air. I want to see Masters of the Air. I don't think it's going to get a big release, but I would go see that. It's about what are they? The B-21 or the Flying Fortresses. They do missions on the Flying Fortresses. So. And then we got Gracie coming out. Now, you know, I've talked many a times about my young friend who was killed by Gracie. Boy, I went to junior high school with, and he was killed by Gracie. And when he was killed, he was probably only 14 or 15. Because when they showed that picture, it's the picture that was in my yearbook when he was in 8th grade. And it's kind of, it's stunning, and just remembering how he was on acid all the time. I don't know, what happened in his life, but I can remember, when he was normal, that he was kind of into it. He was a cool little dude. His sister, he had a couple sisters and shit. And it's funny, I went to college and asked his brother, Bobby. No, his brother, yeah. Bobby is the one that the great Gracie killed. Bill Welch was his brother, Bill. And I think he thought I was joking when I asked him. But, I didn't know. I'd lost track of him. I was like, how you, because I was like asking about his sisters. And then I asked him, well, how's he doing? He's like, you didn't know? It's like, no. He's like, Gracie killed him. I'm like, you're kidding. So the last one that gets killed by the lake was the little dude I went to school with, Bob Welch. Yeah. He was probably 4'10" when he got killed. He was short for his age. Extremely short for his age. So... So that's what's coming out, if you haven't seen. I was watching Fast and the Furious again. I'm about to go downstairs and make me something to eat. I ain't really eat today that much. It's kind of hitting me now. Oh, shit. So thank you guys for coming and hanging out. Yeah, I'll be tomorrow night. We'll talk football again. It'll probably be late when I get done fucking around. I ain't got shit to do tomorrow. I might not even do nothing tomorrow. No, I'll probably go to the close mall and walk around. Oh yeah. That is, when I would, watch a documentary about him and they showed that picture of him and they showed his school picture. Like they had his school picture. They had a big one That was the same one that I had given at the same grade, and I'm pretty sure he was killed. I went to school with him because I didn't go to elementary with him. I think just 7th and 8th grade, and he got killed before we went to 9th grade. He got killed like probably that summer, and like it was. I told the story. I had a girlfriend. She would hitchhike about 5 miles to my house. Like it wasn't shit. Like this, I was like, "We'll come get you." She's like, "No, I'll be there in a minute." And literally would be off the phone. Now maybe she capped, but maybe she had a ride. I don't know. But she used to claim she hitchhiked. Like I would walk her to the end of the street. She'd say, "Okay, I'll see you next time," because the highway wasn't far. Okay, I was like, "Okay." She'd come over and give me some, and then she would hitchhike back. And I remember, I remember she was in foster care or something in high school, and motherfuckers was like talking shit, like, oh, what are the niggas talking shit about? Like, new so and so, I'm like blah 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 blah. I'm like, who you talking about? He's like, that new girl here. I'm like, you talking about so and so? She used to live in Portage. Yeah, she is on my shit all the time, niggas. So, and that was a couple years ago. And my man was like, you bullshit. I'm like, yeah, I met her. She gave me a note when we was playing Portage Northern. Asked me for my number, so I wrote it on there and sent it back through the stands. And yeah, she started coming to my house, and and of course, later she walks up to me, hitting on me. Why did you tell Charles about me and you? I didn't want him to know about me and you. I'm like, did I lie? No, you didn't lie, but still, me and you ain't messed around since then. I said, did I lie? No, you didn't lie, but you didn't have to tell him that. I'm like, well, this nigga was all in my face. He's talking like he was doing something, and I just like to take him down to earth. I had to take him down to earth. You ain't pimping. Excuse me, I guess we ain't supposed to use that word. You're not doing it like you thought you were doing it, bruh. So, that's just fun. But yeah, it was a tragic thing. His sister had a baby. I want to say his sister had a baby when we was in 8th grade. Like, no. We was in 7th grade. She was in 8th grade. Pretty sure. I went to school with 2 girls that had babies in 8th grade. She was a year older than me, but it was another girl that had twins in 8th grade. And like my first children's mother, she was born, her mother had her when she was 16. So, when she's 20, her mother's only 35, 36. So, they was more like sister, mother, They were so close in age. Because as you get older, that age, it's a little closer. Like my dad only being 18 years older than me, we kind of grew up together in a lot of ways. So, but yeah, I think I'm going to make me a little salad or something. And maybe just a bowl of cereal, some fruit. Yeah. Eat me some berries. That'll do it. I ain't that hungry. Yeah, so I've been going 2.5 hours, and that's good enough. I don't know. I guess I can philosophize for a few minutes. It's like habits. Like habits, like you really at some point you should have good habits. And that's why I say, if you're a person that loses things, start getting better habits and then know yourself better. And as I've said many, many times, if you know yourself, you never lose anything because you pretty much always know yourself. So you know where you're going to put it. So that comes from habits. And like you can have spiritual habits as well. And, that's a lot of what I'm talking about. It's like you start your spiritual habits and no matter what comes along, if you don't really need to change or adapt, your spiritual habits are what they are. And opportunities shouldn't take you away from your spiritual habits. Because I think, the argument's been going around lately is like, okay, if I have a spiritual habit of this, and I see other people saying this other spiritual habit, which is a very non-spiritual act. So, I'm trying to teach on one hand. So how could I flip over and say, well, that habit ain't spiritual? There's no way you can really look at this thing as something spiritual. It's not. So my spiritual habit is to talk about non-spiritual things sometimes. And I'm not going to flip-flop from my point of view, from what I've originally established. That is my spiritual practice. I don't think I can make it any simpler than that. And so if your spiritual practice is as such, even job opportunities shouldn't change you from your spiritual practice. Be whatever it is. Not even a job should change that. You should never compromise your spiritual practices. Now, I will say this. You could go from being a Catholic one day to a Christian the next day, a Muslim. People go through that. But there should be some type of like integrity there that, the integrity becomes a base of what you spiritually are. you know. And so money shouldn't take that away. So some people will give that up. And when I was young and impressionable, I did experience them all. I mean, do you know how hard it is to be, in a dorm with somebody you don't know, and then you got to get up and pray? Of a person that's around that ain't never, like, what the fuck is you doing? You got to explain to somebody, look, this is what I do. So, if you catch me doing this, it ain't, this is what I'm going to do. So do you understand? That at that time, I didn't let out my spiritual practice. I didn't let my environment change my spiritual practice when I did practice it that year. At that time, I was that devoted where I continued it my whole first year. And Islam probably did help. I've said many times, I connected with a lot of beautiful brothers. A lot of beautiful brothers. And again, I was kind of raised in the black Muslim kind of thing. That's what was around, Detroit, Chicago, that was just in Kalamazoo, black Muslims. And so that was the first time I was really around Sunni Muslims and saw how opening and loving all these people were. These people weren't, involved in any way, shape, or form. Well, one brother kind of was, but what happened is when Elijah Muhammad's son, Wallace D, took over, it was no longer that black Muslim stuff. It was straight Sunni. So all the dudes that, once he took over, nobody practiced really the black Muslim stuff. Farrakhan. The government kept Farrakhan going, if you didn't know that story. See, Elijah Muhammad, Farrakhan wasn't left nothing. He wasn't left anything. He was ass out. When Wallace D took over, Farrakhan was ass out. The government wanted the black Muslims. That's why they was kept alive. And so Wallace D ended up giving that part of Chicago to Farrakhan. We gave it to him. But the government wanted it. The government wanted it. So that's why, I'm talking about my cousin, he's all into Muslims. It's hard for me to respect Farrakhan. He's a Mason now. He's a Q. I mean, he's, a Scientologist. He is sold out, ultimately super sold out. And you could say a person like that has sold his energy signature long time ago. Especially when you're a deceiver. And Farrakhan, like the man before him, was the ultimate deceiver. And you look back, Noble Drew Ali and all that. It's that's where they learned it. And if you look at Noble Drew Ali, who he was, I think his name was actually something like a Basker. He was a magician, a circus dude. I mean, look him up. And not to say he didn't come up with great ideas, because what Noble Drew Ali what he theorized was practiced by Europeans, no doubt, especially as they went south, on how to delegate and make up cities. And my brother, he broke that down even more beautifully than I'm breaking it down right now. But that is one thing that they learned from him. The government, he broke down exactly what melanated people needed to do to set up counties, set up villages, and open up commerce. And damn if Europeans didn't copy what he put together. And then, murdered him in a jail, and then gave it to Farrakhan. And then, Farrakhan tries to say that Farad, just disappeared, like Muhammad just disappeared. You know, in the what is it called, the Kabbalah, you know, they've got fingerprints and shit in some cement that they say it's Muhammad and his horse around the Kabbalah. They say part of the rock is whatever the meteor, whatever that black rock is. And then there's fingerprints of supposedly the horse that took him to heaven. And so, you know, when you get it, and remember, you know, Elijah Muhammad's name was Poe. His name was Poe. He got out of prison, you know, and they followed, they saw what Noble Drew Ali did. They saw, you know, saw the pageantry of what Marcus Garvey did. And they just did the same thing. Wear the Mason suit. Not, you know, we'll put our little paramilitary, you know, the Fruit of Islam, they'll wear a little different. He didn't want to go Marcus Garvey where, you know, they wear that Emperor Jones clothes. You know, they didn't, he learned we don't need to be that loud. But Noble Drew Ali did because he was wearing the clothes like they wore in the circus and shit, trying to say they Moors. But, you know, he was a magician and he was wearing them same clothes. The fez and shit, you know. This was shit he was wearing as a magician. So it's not shitting on him, but I mean, you can look this shit up. It ain't hard to find. And so, you know, integrity. And I know it's, you know, that's a word almost like, you know, something that bends or breaks. Because sometimes part of integrity, I guess a little bit you do. Like integrity goes like a motherfucker drop $100 bill in front of you. Do you step on it? Nobody else sees it, but it falls. Do you step on it? Compared to if it's $2 or $3 falls, do you step on it? I mean, really, would you step on $2 or $3 compared to you would automatically step on 100 if you could do it quick enough? You see? So you'd bend it a little bit. What does it hurt? The motherfucker was stupid. He dropped $100. So that's you know, one way to go about it. That's one way to go about it. That's all. You know, what is your integrity? But again, you know, whatever your spiritual practice is, you know, meditating is an easy spiritual practice. It's creating silence in your mind. And I think we all need to do that other than going to sleep. Is how to, you know, and I've said many times before, you know all your thoughts. Because if ever thought come to your head and it just comes from somewhere else, again, you need to find out, you know, what's feeding you. Because all the thoughts should be your own. Now there's intuition and all that. I understand, you know, gut feeling that can talk to you too. And yeah, I'm not talking about that really. But sometimes, you know, the thoughts be so crazy. That's like, where the fuck does that come from? Where did that thought come from? And, you know, you kick back. It's like, I'm going to be 63 later this year. And it's like, you know, it's okay. I think I do, you know, the best I can do at my age. I live the life I want to live. I can say in a time in my life, I have everything I really need. And what did Cat Williams say? If it's something, it's too much. There's not really nothing if I want that I can't have. And if I see something I want, if I want it, I can pretty much get it. But like I even look at this, it's like, you know, I'm getting less audience with this equipment. And so at this point, does it really even make sense to change the room at this point? I mean, we're buying another house, so I might end up having to change the room eventually. But right now, it's just no really reason to change anything. At this point of, you know, the interest in what I'm doing. Just makes sense to, you know. I try to give the best of this, but this is, I'm giving out what I'm kind of receiving as well. That's all. And I've said many times, I don't need the money from this. I've never really needed the money from this. And so, I have no bias of what I try to say. There's really no bias or no spin. Now, as you get older, you get more conservative. That's just what happens. And that's nothing to do with conservatives or Democrats or left or right. It's just, as you get older, you get more conservative. Like say when you younger and you just a hard gambler. Well, as you get older, you should be a better gambler and you should be more conservative in the way you gamble, unless you're just a fool and just throw your money away like that. And that like one thing that stopped me really from being like really totally an addict was like I couldn't understand how people could just really just spend all their money and then have to steal and scam until they got paid again. I was like, no way I'm gonna live like that. Like I got children that need to feed. You can't say, just hold that pipe up and tell the children to be full. And I would look at these people and I'm like, how don't you understand that? And addiction is something different. Addiction is something different, But so I just could never be like that. And so now, I reflect and I try to put out, a positive message. That's all. And a positive message for melanated people. And, and it's not that Europeans is I have anything against Europeans. Yes, I have a lot against the history. And it's really messed up the way they're trying to erase the history. They're so ashamed of their history, they really want it erased. They don't want any of this apartheid stuff. They don't want any of Jim Crow. They do not want the new generation of European children to hear this. They are so ashamed, and what they'll tell you is we've been shamed long enough. That's their argument. So we don't want our children to keep getting this shaming of it. They're thinking that the shaming should stop at some point. How do you ever take away from it? It's just this massacre. Like I've said before, slavery wasn't the worst. First, when they came over here, that was a lot of the worst shit they ever did, was when they first came over here and learned our habits and attacking villages and killing women and children and old people while the men went to hunt. Then the men come back, their families all killed, and they caught by surprise. This is the English's early tactics. English, Dutch, French. This was their early tactics of how they did it. And after the Civil War, the way they just criminalized the free people of America. I told the story about the devil's punch bowl. 20,000 people just starved to death. Nobody did anything but to help them. People knew. And see, slavery, I've said this, slavery, people had prices. It wasn't just that indiscriminate stealing people like what happened in Jim Crow. The worst period was definitely, the period of 1866 to 1960s. And those first 30 years after the Civil War for our people was horrible. The amount of people they just locked up and killed and worked to death. And the way they wanted, they want these stories to disappear. And so, anybody out there that's European listening to me, I'm not attacking you personally. It's just like with the Jewish faith people. Individually, no, I'm not talking about you, but I'm talking about Zionism and Zionist. And what was their goal from the very beginning going over there? They try to say, they were in that area. No. One dude broke it down. He's like, there were Arab Jews in our area, not you people up in Germany, you people near Russia. Y'all wasn't here. The Jews that was here was dark-skinned Jews, Arab Jews. They're right, Arab Jews. That's who was there, not them people that was up in Germany, up in Russia. The people that's there, and their aim from day one was to kill. I mean, this whole thing, they probably just created it to just give them a reason to go kill and take more land. And just like they said, they deflected. Clark deflected, saying, why are we in Iraq? And he's saying to have a base there. Well, we've been had a base there. And if you guys are paying attention, we done attacked Yemen so many times, Syria. Hundreds of already, at least 70 sorties. That means planes and attacking and bombing shit. I mean, the world's been at war. The war has been on fire. And it seems like, Babylon is really coming to an end. And I've said before, Planet of the Apes. If the 1% can't control, they'll try to, they want the apocalypse to come. Because that's what they think we deserve if they don't control us. That's the message you get. If the rich don't control us, you only deserve apocalypse. Zombies. And I've said before, zombies gonna be hungry people. Not just people trying to eat for, they want to eat anything because they starving. That's what I always looked at the zombies was. It's starving, hungry people. If you got thousands of starving, hungry people, they'll do anything, eat anything. And it's like, they've lived such a life of having to sacrifice and against nature that, they know they destroy themselves. They've showed you over and over again that Babylon destroys itself. The integrity, the spiritual practices, it comes to an end. And so they want to create a new epic. They want all this to collapse and they can create something different. Reset. They want to do a supreme reset. They want all this to burn out, all the people that hate them to disappear, and then just them get to reset. Hey, that's why they're telling you the stories of bunkers and all this, so that they can reset it. But it doesn't appear like spiritually that's going to work this time. It's worked in the past, but it doesn't appear like it's going to work now. No matter what this is, it doesn't appear like it's like we are mentally and spiritually stronger than we've ever been. And that's been the DNA fight that they feared. And you can kill the message, but if the message is in the DNA, you can't get rid of that. Because what happens is they try to find out how many they can kill to get rid of that DNA. Firstborn son, if you dig what I'm saying. They want to kill something that's going to grow and mature into something more. And it's, it's not for me. I've lived a good life. My thing is, and it breaks down like this. And this is what COVID taught us. It's like, we just want our children to do what we end up doing. Being able to work, have family, have children, have grandchildren. And that's not really that bad. Because for a while, it's looking like that couldn't happen. This past couple of years had you thinking like this, like, wow, what if that really changes? Where my children can't even enjoy just going to school and having friends, interacting with humans. I've been wearing them backwards the whole time. And so, no matter what this reality is, how do we want this reality? And we are strong enough spiritually people where we can still bend a little bit to what it's putting out there. We can still bend a little bit to it. And you can spiritually graduate. That's what it really appears to be, that you can, at your point, spiritually graduate. And, conquering fear is one of the first things is you conquer fear. Especially the fear of death. You can kill an ant. You see it right there. You know, ant's alive, ant's dead. There's another one. That's it. And let me share this. You know, like I said, tell the story of you know, one of the nephews passing. He passed a year ago, and his mother kind of chewed the family out in the text. She added my 12-year daughter who met the guy maybe once. She added her, and she added my other son. He only met the dude once, two. She added me, and she said she was disappointed that nobody reached out to her to console her on the year anniversary of her son's death. And I remember my wife, I'm like, that was not for him. He's dead. He don't care. Like the same thing I say about my little cousin, you know? He don't care that you celebrate on his birthday. Actually, it hurts him. Spiritually, it hurts him. So he does wish she would stop. But she's trying to guilt everybody. Like, I can't believe none of the family called me and told me, well, you know, and I said, okay, your grandmother raised her, right? Yes. I said, what did you do when your grandmother lived and passed in a year? Did you guys go back and celebrate and said, hey, you know, everybody call each other, hey, you know, is that something you celebrate? And, you know, again, it gets into necromancy, you know. We need to stop a day and celebrate that, you know, he died on this day. We need to celebrate like he's Jesus. We're sorry that he died. He was a troubled young man that was, you know, that chose to live a certain way. It was a decision he made. And that's, you know, when they start making these decisions, you have to let grown people be grown. But to try to guilt and then add me, and then add, you know, my 12-year-old daughter, that's ridiculous. Now, come on. And my son that met the dude one time. So, you know, something like that is not for that. It is for you. And you want to guilt everybody. And what I'm afraid of, you know, I will tell her my mind. I am not one to hold my tongue. They're all getting that. Like I told my daughter in front of them all, because one thing I don't like is my daughter when in public smack my hat off my head. I said, if you do that again, I'm gonna smack this shit out of you in front of everybody. Because to me, that's the ultimate disrespect. She thinks it's funny. Well, okay, do it at home. Don't do it, and don't really do it to me at all. I had to jack her up before we went to the football game with the Vikings. She did it over my son's house. It was just the three of us in there. And I grabbed her and I said, look, didn't I tell you? I've been in a good mood. What the fuck you got me in this bad mood for? Why I gotta tell you about this shit? Again, it's about respect. So, then you gotta know, you know, what is important to you. And you know, I talk about macking and stuff, but like, you know, maybe you know, even my life, maybe that was highlighted too much because that's what it seems like all of us need to do until we in our 40s. It seems like the time we're 15 until we get into our mid 40s, we just want to mac on anything and everything. And it's like, you know, so many generations are conditioned like that. I mean, college, I couldn't tell you how many chicks I was with in college in them 3 years. I lived down there 7 years. I mean, it used to be a saying, if you didn't have, like if you didn't have 7, 8 girlfriends, it's like, what was you really doing? And you know, in the South, there's more women than men in the South. And then the college had 5,000 students. It was 3,000 women, 2,000 men. And then the fully female college across the street. But I mean, that kind of behavior is, it comes from, we see that kind of behavior. And it's funny, I talk about my father, but it's like my father had that kind of behavior until his mistress said, fuck you, cut him off. She's like, you ain't coming on my side. And she like cut him off. At that nigga lost his mind. Thought he was gonna die. That's how hard it hit his ego. And then, she betrayed him more with one a dude who ended up being, one of his enemies. She started fucking him to pour it on even more. And mentally, he wasn't, they took his job. They made him retire a little early. Because again, he lived his life in so much ego. But his strategy was, I'm going to stay married. And hopefully when I get old, if I lose my mind, my wife will stay with me. And some people, that's, they don't like the idea of starting all over again. Like my boy's mother, like she never goes without a man. If her man died today, she would be looking at somebody tomorrow. She can't live and be single at all. Like even when she's like, well, I was single for 8 months. You was still living with this nigga. Well, she said she didn't have sex with this guy for 8 months, but she was still living with him. Now, he was probably sleeping in another room by that point, but still, the nigga was still in the house every day till she met this new nigga. That's just the way she is. She can't be without a relationship. And when she doesn't have a relationship, all she does is try to pursue another relationship. But I love women as any man, but I just don't love any women. And even when I was single, it was like I would have hags come up to me, and that's how I really felt about it. It's like, why, just because I'm haven't had some in a minute, why would I, just to get some, lay down with this hag that probably turns into, she probably turns into the well at 4 or 5 in the morning, creeping out my TV and shit. You dig? It's like, some people don't care. They just would smash anything just to smash. But like I started talking about integrity and shit. It's like at some point I'm like, I don't want to look at that hag naked. Hagatha. I don't want that near me. I'll be cool until I have somebody around me that's not a hag or a drug addict or needs to be repaired. That's what I told my wife. I'm like, I'm not here to repair you. I will help you any way I can. I will support you any way I can, but I'm not going to cure you. That takes too much energy out of me. But I will help you and be there for you. My youngest son in VA always had a video with him smoking a blunt, and I told him how corny it looks. Yeah, exactly. That brought to mind, mess with me, talking about he didn't have to go to shit with the ex. I told her to get her shit together. Indeed. And so, I'm glad I waited for it. I knew what I was looking for. And no one else had really, fulfilled that for what I was looking for. And I truly live with my best friend. I mean, we have so much fun laughing and shit. We have so much fun. And, I have to understand, her ways as well. I mean, she's pretty, she has intense work. And so, I've known some ladies that have pretty intense jobs. And when they're not working, they don't like to think. And that's the easiest way to put it. They like to be distracted. Because what happens is, a lot of people, like my mother's a prime example. My mother she can't turn it off. She's always like her habit was she's always thinking of what's next to help the company. She's a property manager, you know, for the majority of her life. And the way she thinks is, how can I help the company more? How can I make it better? What more could I do? And it would be hard for her to turn all that off. And finally, you know, right before she retired, I was like, you got to have some of that fuck them kind of thoughts. Because sometimes, you know, we work for people, or there's things they want us to do, they're just bullshit. It's just straight up bullshit. And so you give bullshit effort. That's just kind of how it works. But if you do what you love and you love what you do, then it makes you don't work. Because you've created what you do now. All y'all. You have done that. However you've got to what you're doing right now, whenever you watch this, you have created that. Just as all this stuff, all these different altars that are all around, you know, I've created. You've done the same thing. I mean, there's a, you know, story on everything I can show you here. I can tell you the story how I got it. Most of these things, I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I can tell you how I got this, what I did that day and when I got it. Whereas a person comes in, you know, it's not that intimate. They just look at all these things. But that's why, you know, even me giving away crystals, it's hard sometimes. Because I literally feel like the crystal chooses me. So I feel sometimes like I'm letting them down. But I also feel that, you know, the spread of the knowledge, spread the energy is necessary too. You know, I've sent crystals to people and, you know, no exchange of anything. And that's okay. It's like I never intended to for anything back. Like one of my homeboys, you know, I'm sending him a couple pair of these Jordans, you know, because I ain't gonna wear them. I was like, warm a couple, and they ain't breaking in like I like, and those I don't really like those bottoms, so I'm gonna send them both to him. He can have them. You see, I got boxes, boxes of shoes, and there's more in this closet, so it's okay. Like I said, I gave my Timberland boots away to my son, and they was the kind that is the aligned one. These is fully, you know, but they're less, yeah, they're less thick than the new ones I bought, but they're a little thinner. So it's almost like wear tennis shoes again. Weather. I mean, the snow is almost all melted, which is interesting. Yeah, the snow was almost melted. And it's funny, you know, like like manifesting is a motherfucker, because once it really goes, it never goes away. I mean, it really like it's like it could turn into gluttery a little bit sometimes. That's why like when I don't do a lot of shows, I don't buy clothes as much for the show, you know, because I look at things, it's like, this would help the show, or something to wear, you know. But I love style. I love fashion. Here's okay. This is okay. This is changing bases. So this is something that I've observed, and if this is like, what is it? What is it? Why do women think when they go out they only got to wear little dresses? Like, what is it with young people that women? Why do women from 17 to like 31, 32 think that when they go out, they got to wear mini dresses, nose itches? I mean, that is amazing. Like, I watch people from nightlife of England, and all these people got these mini dresses on. And I'm like, is that like that's a mating ritual almost? That's a kind of a mating ritual. Like, I got to highlight this. And them women in Europe, they a lot of flat back still. They got that M&B shape over there. You don't see a lot of them, that shit shot up into their butts. You see these European women and they like in the back. But again, it's like, think about it. Think about the spell of nightlife that young women think that they gotta wear that moneymaker as tight as possible. I mean, that if you don't think that's ritual, that is straight ritual that they think they've got to pretty much wear a loincloth to present themselves as sexy. And it's like not even marryable anymore. It's like to really just kick it with and fuck or get an advantage of a dude or, you know. That amazes me how ritualistic that becomes. And it's like here, it's like everywhere. But why is that? Is that all men will look at? Is somebody with a mini dress on? Don't look at that bitch. She got a pantsuit on. We're not paying attention to her. Oh, but we're going to look at her. She got the little mini dress on. We're looking at the little mini dresses. And it's a spell. It's definitely a spell. So I talked about that the other night. I find that odd. I was just looking at that like, wow, is this, you know, young people, why? That ain't, you know, that you ain't got to just show that's hot. I think most men know it's hot already, so you ain't got to highlight that it's hot. And that's what it's highlighting, this hot area. And I'm hotter than her, and I'm hotter than her. But yeah, you see all the girls with the same hairstyles, be together, same hairstyles. So, I don't know, just observation. From me to you. Where's my shit I'm sleeping in? But yeah, on tomorrow night, we'll talk a little bit more about everything. Thank you for everybody that came. I appreciate it. It is 3:30. Wow. So I'm not doing anything tomorrow, so I'm fucking around. So thank you, everybody.